Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome everybody to one of our most anticipated episodes of the Renegade Arcade ever, and it's only the third one. I'm your host, Keona, and with me is Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hello.
Kristal.
Hey,
And we have our special guest host, Millenial Mike from the Exiles Network podcast. So, hi everybody.
Howdy. Great to be here.
All right, awesome. So apparently we can't have a podcast on the Renegade Pop Culture Network without having a mic with us. But all right. So
That's my snicker.
tonight,
har.
thank you for that. I love the hearty har-hars. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking about my personal favorite game of the year thus far. I know it's only like May, but for me, this has been a transcendent experience, I would say. So we're going to be talking about the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this is spoilers on. This is a spoiler podcast. If you guys have not completed the game, what are you doing here?
Come on, man, the planet's dying.
Well, you're just going to have to get through this.
Mako is the black force of the whole planet. You know what Mako is?
Do you really hear that planet screaming? Then again,
I hate it in video games when they do that. Like, you don't know this obvious thing, and I just came into this game. I have no idea what that is.
Let me explain it to you. Like I'm surprised you don't know.
So this is your big honkin' spoiler warning before we begin dissecting this game. Big honkin'. I wish I had a car honk going on right now, but I don't. There you go. Thank you, Mike. We're going to be theorizing and discussing major and minor plot points. We're going to be talking about the technical aspects of the game and chatting about our favorite characters, and maybe we'll do some shipping, because shipping is part of the fun. Mm-hmm.
All aboard!
So, all right, guys. So let us start now with your broad thoughts on the game itself. Was there anything that you guys liked or loved, or maybe things that you really disliked about it? And also, we all beat the game, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, cool. And I know, are we at least familiar with the original game? Even I haven't beaten the original game. Like, I played it like 20 years ago. So
I mean, are we going to be spoiling the original game? Because if we are, I gotta go, man. I can't be spoiled, man. I didn't play it.
It's been 23 years.
I started playing the original game after a few days after I beat the remake. I thought, you know what? Let me just dive head first into it, and I got it off the Nintendo Marketplace for the Switch. I am on. They're about to head to the second reactor, and that's been spaced out over a few weeks because I started doing other stuff.
Okay.
If you haven't been spoiled about Aerith's death on one of those YouTube top 10 video game death videos, then I don't know where you been. Like,
I actually got spoiled of it from Screw Attack back when they used to do top 10 lists. They had I'm quoting it directly here. The title was the top 10. Oh my god, what the fuck moments in gaming.
This definitely qualifies.
I would say so.
WatchMojo.com spoiled it for me.
Watch Mojo just spoils everything for everybody. Come on, guys.
Their top 10 lists are also crap.
They're like the AT&T of people.
They're the what?
They're the AT&T of people.
What does that even mean?
That's from the community.
It means that they released the Snyder Cut? Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, now I can't use them as an insult anymore. Damn it.
All right, guys.
How to do a plug in there,
There you go. All right, so okay, were there things that you liked about the remake, or were there things that you hated about the remake?
Is this open forum, or are we gonna claw each other down?
No, we're good.
Mike, go ahead, get your unfiltered thoughts out there.
Yeah, I mean, so when I first saw the teaser to this game, which honestly it's been so long ago, I forgot exactly when it was. I just remember that I saw it. I was just absolutely elated about the way that it looked, right? And I knew that I knew the general idea of the original game. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy. I've talked about this before on the podcast, but basically I really like the dramatic stories in Final Fantasy, the epic scope, sometimes like universe, level stakes. And I really like those stories. Those very anime-esque, over melodramatic kind of stories in the game. So I'm like, okay, take what I know from Final Fantasy 13 like gameplay with the whole the what do they call the system? Let me know, like the system where it's like turn by turn, but it allows you to like attack in between.
Oh,
the
ATV.
Yes, the ATV
system,
system from Final Fantasy 13, which I really enjoyed, but I felt like it could have been a little polished, a little polished up. And in this game, they did. So like they took all the best aspects from everything that I've experienced from Final Fantasy previously, and they just brought together this amazing package with this epic story that I know about but haven't got to experience yet. So I'm like, okay, I'm in, I'm sold. So all in all, yeah, I'm really a big fan of the game. I could go on and on. Probably should give some people some time to talk, but yeah, there's not really anything negative about the game that I can really think of. I played the game through in like 35, 40 hours, so I pretty much soaked it in.
Yeah, same here. Josh, what did you think?
This was actually my very first experience with Final Fantasy on its own, because I mentioned before on another episode of the podcast that I was familiar with Final Fantasy, but only in the sense that I play a lot of Kingdom Hearts, and I knew that Cloud and Sephiroth and all these other characters from Final Fantasy appeared in there.
Why?
And I knew...
Why do you keep on pronouncing it Sephiroth?
Oh my god. Anyways.
How is it pronounced?
It's Sephiroth, I think.
And how are you pronouncing it?
No? He's saying Sephiroth.
Oh, Sephiroth. No, it's definitely, it's a PH,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I keep forgetting it. But that was my biggest familiarity with Final Fantasy as a whole. But I never had the patience to sit through the games because A, I was too poor, and B, I was in my pure, like, I don't want to see anything anime related phase at the time. So anything was fair game for me to not watch, even Studio Ghibli. So
Death to all weebs, huh?
yeah, death to all weaves. But then they converted me with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
and you know what? That's the
Bebop.
gateway.
And now you're watching Evangelion, aren't you? And you like it, don't you? You dirty boy.
Shout out to my friend Luis, who actually is watching Evangelion.
But I love Evangelion.
Makes sense.
I love Evangelion. Come on, guys.
But with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, this was my first experience with Final Fantasy VII in general, and I have to admit, I was won over right away. Kristal had a very hard time adjusting to the cheesiness in the beginning, but I knew it was intentional. It kind of brought me back to that feeling of old 80s action movies, or just 80s action in general, like the A-Team or Commando or something. And then as it started unleashing, just kind of taking away the veil of that kind of action cheese and giving way to the actual heart, I was starting to be really won over by the characters. The characters are really what make the game shine. Even my father-in-law, who admittingly was kind of looking for something to watch during this whole quarantine, we were all just kind of gathered around the TV waiting to see what would happen to all these characters. And when we saw Aerith, just Kristal immediately melted away. We were completely invested, and we were along for every single ride that this game had to offer, including Chapter 9, which is probably the best thing to come out of video gaming this whole year.
2020 top 10, huh?
Hell yeah. In fact, it might be my favorite game of the year so far, even over Doom, just because I've tried playing Doom lately after playing Final Fantasy VII, but it just... I can't explain it, but it didn't get me into the world the same way that Final Fantasy VII did, to the point where, well after I beat it, I still wanted to keep playing. I just wanted to see these characters again.
Yeah, that's really strong. Definitely, the characters are very strong for sure.
And it's not that the writing is absolutely amazing, because it is cheesy.
Yes.
I am not going to hold any qualms about it. It is absolutely over the top, but it is the kind of cheese that I love.
Right, I mean, it's Nomura cheese, grade A, 100%.
Grade A, yeah.
Yeah, sharp Nomura cheese.
Kristal, what were your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Just, I was already very skeptical about it, because I remember my parents had played Final Fantasy X, and they had this big problem where they got to the ending. I don't remember the story, but they got to the ending and they couldn't beat the boss for the life of them, because they didn't fight this one specific boss like way back at the beginning of the game. And so they weren't strong enough for it, and they just couldn't beat it because of that. I thought that was really stupid. And so I had a bias over it, and I never really tried to get interested in it. But and then Josh started playing Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and I hated it even more.
I remember the moment that you were like, oh my god. And it was right after the first reactor blew up, and Cloud and the rest of Avalanche were hiding out in the train car. And that one Shinra employee was like, Shinra will not bow down to terrorists.
I was like, yep, this game is not for me. That was the most ridiculous line I have ever heard. Because the whole beginning of the game, it seems like they're taking it really seriously. Like, okay, we're trying to save the world, blah, 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 evil corporations. And then just this dude being absolutely extra. I just couldn't take it seriously anymore. And then it also really, really, really bothered me how all the NPCs look like normal people and all of the main characters look like anime characters. It's like they just
true. Yeah.
It's because true. It's Tetsuya Nomura, man. He's like I don't have time for regular people.
Yeah.
For the record, I never got to tell you this, Kristal, but it's exactly like that in the Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, that really upsets me.
Yeah.
No, it's just my artistical mind. It's telling me that they don't fit. They don't fit in the same world. It's bothering me. It looks like all of the main characters are in a perpetual state of, I just got out of WeebCon, and now I'm sitting in the subway.
Yeah. But it's funny because Barrett, like, his shoulder width is like he can fit 2 heads on each side. Like, this guy's like the Incredible Hulk in blackface or something like that. Like,
he
looks like the Kingpin.
He looks like a living Rob Liefeld character.
Yeah. This guy's crazy. Like, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, you'd have to be that strong to hold that gun on your on your arm all the time.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised that, like, his one arm is like super ripped and the other arm's all atrophied,
Oh my god, you almost made Josh fit.
Go ahead, Kristal.
But just seeing how the characters played off of each other, I started falling more and more in love with it. In fact, I kind of like stepped away for a while Josh played. I just didn't pay attention. But I would catch little glimpses of the characters playing off of each other, and I kept on asking, where's my date with Tifa? Where's my date? And I kept on watching, and then I just fell in love with
Cody,
it.
huh?
No, because then we met Aerith, and I'm like, okay, who's Tifa?
Wow.
Honestly, it hurts me either way. Like, I really love Aerith, and I really love Tifa too, and I love Cloud too. I love these characters like so deeply, and I just want the best for all of them. They're my children. So so yeah. I mean, it just either way. I think about it like a realistic scenario, and I'm like, man, like I don't think they're gonna be. I don't really think it could work out either way, like realistically, especially in the situation. I mean, I'm talking more about this like from a dramatic standpoint, like a narrative standpoint. Like, I think no matter how you look at it, I think that it's always going to be very difficult. I mean, Cloud, like he kind of said it in a very I guess not a like a sarcastic way, but like when he was talking to Aerith, he's like, "Hey, my life is really dangerous. You don't want to get involved with me." And he said it in kind of like a funny way. When you watched it, it was kind of comical to it, but at the same time, like, yeah, he really does have a really dangerous life, And I just think that, like, in this situation, I mean, we can talk. You want to talk shipping now? I mean, let's let Keona kind of guide the ship here. But
I think it was interesting though, because like when he said that, I felt like he was trying to be so like intense and like mysterious and like I'm involved in some dark shit,
Like I've seen some shit, man.
I've seen things,
way, I'm troubled.
I mean, I'm Cloud.
yeah. I'm Cloud Man. But then I love the way she just brushed it off and was just like, "Oh yeah, I know." So
yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
No, and your middle name? Mine's Cornelius.
Like Cloud straight out of r/I'm a badass.
Yeah. 3X5U.
My last name is Strife, okay? I know how to deal. So anyway, so I wrote this long, like 3,000 word review on renegadepopculture.com. So as I stated in my review, I love the game. I don't think that it's a perfect game. I think that there are certain things that they could improve upon. Like some of the side quests just felt like filler to me, especially when you get to like chapter 14 and it's like, let's go save Aerith. But first, let's find 3 music discs that people can dance to in Walmart when everything is closed.
Lift their spirits, though. That's important. Mental health.
I understand.
We need to talk more about mental health when we talk about physical health.
Yeah, no. This is true. But I mean, like, I wanted to save Aerith. I was like, let me save Aerith. Why am I doing all this stuff? Like, go find the 3 chocobos for Chocobo Sam so that he can feed them Gisol greens. And I'm just like, dude, why are you interrupting me when I'm trying to save the woman I love?
This girl is in mortal danger. I can't help you right now.
Yeah.
Aerith is like, she should have come to Cloud again in a dream and just been like, dude, what's taking you so long?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry,
what
man.
Are you doing?
I had to help this old lady find her frying pan.
I had to. Was that a Witcher reference?
Yes.
Honestly, when I first met Aerith, I actually, because I was hoping the Aerith would be like, I was hoping she would be really great, like as a character, like because she's probably one of the largest sources of drama in the franchise. So like obviously the amount of attachment you get to this character is going to play a lot into the whole series, right? Regardless of how you look at it, or whether they change it or whatever. But I was really hoping like, okay, Aerith, is a great character, and I ultimately do think she's actually a really great character. But when I first met her, I was so pissed off. She was so sickeningly, saccharinely sweet. I was like, my God, like you're like this Disney princess. Like you're just annoying the heck out of me. Like you don't belong here.
Pisses me off.
See, I had a completely opposite reaction to that, because to me, I thought of her from the original game as being very, very saccharine sweet.
I haven't played it though. I have no comparison. She's like practically like walking on her tiptoes like all the time and just floating around and just like birds and stuff. Oh, you silly! Like, come on, like please, no one even does that. Like,
except when
she was like, you're a cartoon character in a cartoon.
Except when she's like, I'm not some princess that needs to be coddled, and then she's like, shit.
Hey, so from what I heard is that she didn't swear in the original Japanese version, but I do appreciate that they put that in the dub. I like that because I'm like, okay, I trust you.
yeah, you needed that. I think you needed that. I think what they did with her, because to me, I always viewed her as kind of just like a tag along in the original game. Now forgive me, all the Aerith fans out there, the Aerith fans out there from the original game, because of the mistranslation.
He's coming for you.
But I mean, like, I think that she was so, like, she had no character in the first game to me. I mean, she had a character. She was like the healer, she was the good one who was like, white magic and the whole like white mage kind of thing. And she was just really, really like just a good person, like a paragon. And I was like, I need some Renegade in there.
that is what struck me while I've been playing the original Final Fantasy VII. Tifa has a lot of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
she is just a huge beam. She is almost like the Aerith of that game, just in the sense that she's just so positive. She's so optimistic. And Aerith, the few times, like the one time I ran into her, like the music sells the emotion really well, but the text is very just straight to the point, straightforward. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
that is just the
Yeah.
translation. But
It
even
was the
then, it's like,
localization. Yeah.
even then, it's like, ah, you're lucky the music is making me fall in love with you.
I wonder if, because to kind of compare that to the new one, Tifa isn't really as strong of a character. Well, from what I understand, because I haven't played the original, but like even without knowing the original, even though I really like Tifa in this new one, especially specifically with her relationship in regards to Cloud, I like all of her interactions with Cloud. But when it comes to any other character, she's kind of just not quite as present. Like she's pretty much just there for Cloud. I think Aerith kind of had some interactions with a lot of other characters that I think are very strong. Like every character she interacts with, I think she does a really good job. Whereas Tifa, it's always the strongest, the Cloud. But I wonder if this was intentional, like, or maybe they wanted to save some story beats because they did have some. Actually, they had some flashbacks, or I guess depending on how you look at it, flash forwards. I'm not sure throughout the game of elements with Tifa in there that I'm like, I really want to know what's going on here. Like, what's this? Like, why is she wearing that? And why is she using a sword? And like, what's
Uh-huh.
happening here?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if they're purposely holding some of that back for future parts with Tifa in it.
It's
Yeah.
funny you say that because for me, like, I thought Tifa, it was so striking seeing the different chemistries that she had with the different characters. Like with Tifa, it was at once like very camaraderie, like very you could tell she was very comfortable with her, but at the same time when it came to like Tifa's relationship with Cloud, they both like were very possessive of him. And that was the only highlight I think of chapter, what was it, third, like 12 or 14, where they're in the train graveyard, which in my opinion is probably the second worst level in the whole game, but that's just me.
Mm.
But just that was the highlight, seeing how different they are, but at the same time how possessive they are of Cloud, how much they both care about him. But at the same time, seeing how she bounced off like the other members of Avalanche, how she bounced off of Barrett in particular near the end of the game, which I thought was really brilliant on their part to give you a section where it's just Barrett and Tifa and just kind of playing off of how different they are in the gameplay
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and how that translates into their partnership, in that Barrett is very straightforward and Tifa is just encouraging him the whole time. Like, I don't know, it was very touching.
See, I had a bit of a different experience with Tifa, just because I loved her in the beginning. She was great with all the characters, but once shit started going south, like when the plate fell, she just became this beacon of hope. Oh, all that we have left is hope. Shit like that.
Yeah,
That's when I started. Okay, all right, I'm done with you.
yeah. I'm like, your Nomura is slipping.
I think that for me, I think Tifa is a very special character for me because I loved her in the original game. Like when I was playing, I think I got through like maybe 2/3 of the original game, and way back when, and I loved Tifa. Like not just for the obvious reasons, not just for her visual, look,
Aesthetic.
but yes, but also because like she just she was a fighter, and at the same time she was very emotional and very like she's kind of motherly in this game in a way. Like she's like the matriarch of the party, and in a way that Aerith maybe isn't, because Aerith is so focused on the bigger picture, but like Tifa's the one who will like calm people down and like try to talk some sense into Barrett when he's going off the rails, and she's like the one who's always there for Cloud and stuff like that. Like I love Tifa. I
Also, I
think she's
mean,
a
her
great
gameplay
character.
is the best. That's also a fact. That's
Yes,
objective.
I agree with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was the same for Josh because by the end, his strongest character was Tifa.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same here, even in the original.
her critical and her stagger abilities are just off the chizang.
Yes. Yes. But so like I was a Tifa person, and this remake, and I mean I didn't hate Aerith in the original game, so I don't mean to like come off that way, but to me she felt like less of a character than Tifa, and maybe that's because of the translation and stuff like that, the localization, and because she didn't have a voice. But you give her a voice, and like Aerith, for me, from minute one, I was like, that part where Mike, you were saying that she acted like a princess or something. Apparently I must like that, because for me that part worked like super super well. Like it just, I was sitting on the edge of my seat just going like, Cloud, react to her, like respond to her, dude.
Yeah.
Like seriously, she's sending the signals.
Dude, you're blowing it.
You're blowing it, man. Yeah, that's totally what I was saying. He was completely blowing it, but that's Cloud, But yet, Cloud, speaking of Cloud, he is a magnet for these incredible women.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
What is happening? What is it? Explain it to me.
Like, I'm straight, but have you seen the guy?
Oh yeah, well that's
He's got Aerith, he's got Tifa, and he's got Jessie, who does not hold back at all. And for a while, she was my favorite.
I love.
Yeah, I mean, come on, come on,
Come on, I'm going for the little fish.
You got to admire a woman with that much confidence to just shoot her shot every time.
And yet to be playful about it, and yet to still plant that seed of doubt where she's like,
even when it's not like, even when it's kind of clear he's not really, still, all the way to the end, to the bitter end,
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my pizza.
Which we might get, but okay, that's later on down the line.
What were all those ingredients she was talking about anyway? I have no idea. Mars,
isn't it ironic that she dies by bomb? It's kind of like a thing there.
Well, that brings up something for the very end, but I'm going to save that for when we get to that point.
Oh, you mean the Nomura, the Deus Ex Nomura?
Yes.
Deus Ex Nomura.
Exactly. Nomura, if you're listening, we love you.
Fears is going to happen to this game.
If Nomura takes the time out of his busy schedule to listen to this, we love him.
Hey, I gave him so many marketing ideas. It's ridiculous.
Nomura, you shaped my childhood. I thank you for shaping my adulthood and realizing, I know what kind of people I like now.
Yeah.
That line that Aerith has where she says, Corneo has certain tastes. I'm just like, Nomura has certain tastes.
Right, yeah. That's funny. They're both no, I'm not gonna say it. They're both trolls. They're both basically trolls.
Did you guys happen to see the voice actress for Aerith, Brianna White, when she's streaming the game on Twitch right now. She's playing through the game, and she actually got to the part with Don Corneo.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that.
She said that hearing his cackle, like hearing his laugh, hearing that weird whinny that he kind of does, she said that they played that for her when she was recording Aerith's lines. And she said that just hearing it back now gives her like a nightmare.
Oh god!
Like she said, she can't stand it. Yeah, she has like flashbacks of it because the guy who did, and in her stream it was so funny because everybody was like, dude, she's afraid of Mark Hamill, and it's like, that's not Mark Hamill.
It's not, because I swear
it's
to
not
God,
Mark Hamill.
It sounded like him, and I looked it up, and there was an article going back to an E3 presentation, and they announced that Mark Hamill was Don Corneo.
It's not him.
So
no, it's not him.
Yeah,
who is it?
The guy who did the voice did a good job. He really did.
It's Fred Tatasciore, who has also done I'm guessing that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know. It's a hard name to pronounce, but he's done like the Hulk and Bruce Banner and like some of the Marvel animated movies and stuff that came out. And he's like a prolific voice actor guy. He does a lot of creature sounds too, so he's like really good.
Wow,
thanks.
Yep.
I really got his voice really suited his crazy, flamboyant kind of style going on there. I will say one of my biggest critiques of this was that they really went like super like dark and edgy with the whole like, oh, Don Corneo has Tifa, you don't want to know what's behind this door, like really like super like edgy stuff, like.
Mhm.
I don't know, and I was like, man, like I really hate this guy. Like, I hope they stop the guy. And the guy turned out to be a complete loon. I'm just
Yes, he
like,
is. Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like a little disingenuous. Like, I don't know. I feel like they tried to play on your emotions in
That's
one
how he
way,
was in
and
the
then
original, though.
they subverted it. But then there's no real payoff. Like now, like who's the like antagonist? Is it this like I don't know? I don't like it.
But the cool thing about that was that you don't think that he's really much of a threat. And then when Leslie, when that character goes and tries to kill him with the gun and everything, then you find out maybe there's more to him than we think.
Mm-hmm.
At least I
Yeah.
did. I thought like, okay, so he's not so harmless. Like you kind of think that he's just a bumbling idiot, but then Leslie tries to kill him, of course, in a stupid way.
Right.
Leslie didn't play it smart, but he just walks up to him and like he puts the gun to his head and stuff, and it's just like, well, of course he's gonna get away from you.
I also
I mean-
think that like it comes down to the section of town that Corneo runs, because Sector 5 is just so over the top. It's so nuts that it's like the place to match that, or was it Sector 6? Is it Sector 6?
It's Wall Market.
It's Wall Market. Like Wall Market, it's so wild and colorful and crazy and completely against everything that we've seen. You have Sector 7, which is very rough around the edges, and then you have Eris section, which is very sweet and innocent. And this is just like completely off the wall. It's like it's like that one college roommate that everybody has that like did a line of cocaine once, and they're just completely nuts, and they're obsessed with like Blade Runner and Fight Club and Pretty in Pink, and it's just like, okay, you gotta calm down. And Don Corneo matches that very well. He seems like the kind of man that would control all of Wall Market and would have pretty much that entire section in the palm of his hand. And it explains why the Shinra big baddos would be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's let him in on our plan.
Let's let this guy run it because there's no way he's going to try to take us out. He's just too much of an idiot to try.
I mean, look at him. He's squealing on one section. He's still holding like monthly auctions for who's going to be like his sex doll. So you know what? Let's let him
or
in.
daily.
I would have liked that they took him a little more seriously. Like if they did, like they could still make him goofy, but then give him this like real sinister, like dark side, like that, like makes you actually like scared. Like that would have been really great, I think, because I was like ready to just completely like eviscerate this guy because like he had Tifa, like he's gonna die. Like it's over.
What's interesting? What's interesting though is that they do kind of hint at that because he does have a dungeon.
Right. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you can tell me something. You can tell me you're gonna snap half the universe away, but if I don't care about half the universe, it doesn't matter. That kind of thing. It's like, you can show me these things that like would hint to like something, but if you don't like establish the atmosphere, the mood, and you don't give me like the real stakes at hand, then it just feels hollow, like it's just a veneer. I know I went a little bit, kind of pretentious there, but
no, that's fair. That's a fair criticism, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I can agree with that criticism.
I think that they were looking for something to lighten the mood, maybe.
Right. Yeah, and I think Nomura does that a lot. Like, he likes to just completely just slam you with just like emotions and like tragedy and everything. Like, and then right afterwards, he's like, just goof off, But
no, I can completely understand that, especially being a fan of the first two Kingdom Hearts games. Like, especially the second game, you have a pretty like traumatic experience where Roxas realizes his entire life has been a lie. He's Roy Batty in Blade Runner. He's accepting the fact that he was never meant to exist. Very poignant. I guess my summer vacation's over. Kingdom Hearts 2 plays, and then Sora and Goofy and Donald come to life, and everyone's like, "Whoa! Oh my God, we're alive! Whoa, yes!"
Right. I mean, ultimately, it's not. It wasn't like a huge deal, and it really was a fun. Like, Wall Market was super fun.
Mhm.
It was really enjoyable, but I don't know. I'm personally here for the drama. I don't want you to make me feel good. Like, I want you to make me feel bad. I'm here for like 36 hours of just complete like existential dread.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that.
Ooh.
I don't know, man. Like Doom Eternal was enough of that for me. Doom Eternal was like God, that Marauder. I hated him. Anyway, so like, what did you guys think of the whole sequence where like the honeybee in sequence and like Madam M and her and the
my
hand
God.
massage and the whole deal? Like, if you
Okay,
watch,
the hand
if you
massage
watch,
was too much for me, but I love the honeybee.
I like the hand massage.
I love the hand massage thing. It was so
Of
freaking
course
funny.
you guys would.
No, it was funny. Not for that reason. It was just funny.
Well,
Come on.
honestly, I was
I'm not that much of a crazy person.
I was a little bit uncomfortable. Like, I thought it was kind of funny, but the thing is, the Cloud is very like. Let's be honest. This guy is like super unhorny. He's like super anti-horny, and just to see that whole scene play out, I'm like, this guy's basically getting raped.
I'm just sitting there thinking, like, lady, my girlfriend's like right outside the doors. There's not even a door; it's a curtain.
She totally heard. Like, she totally heard everything. Like, you could tell she tried to act all coy, but she knew what happened. Like, she's more experienced. I'm sure she's more
Poor
experienced in
Aerith.
that regard than Cloud is. Because Cloud
I'm sure
is
she
like,
is. Yeah.
he's like a straight up plank. He's like, yeah.
How much do you want to bet that he's never been with a woman before, and
Yes,
so he
that's
just
what I
thought
thought.
that that's what it was?
Yeah.
She-
That's why he's just like, "Oh."
Yeah. That hand massage is just too intense. Like,
his cherry got popped, and I don't mean
you're
in the
never
Coca-Cola
sane.
sense.
No, you could tell he literally became a man in that moment. Like, literally.
Yes, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because see, here's the thing, and I
He
love
was, like,
that
out
because
of
here's
it,
the
too,
thing about
afterwards.
Cloud. Here's the thing about Cloud is that he pretends to be too cool for school, and he pretends to be like he's the dude who's like done everything, seen everything. I've seen stuff, man. I'm cool and mysterious.
Hilarious.
And then he does
Like,
that,
he's just
and he
gonna
just comes out.
Yeah.
He's like, huh?
He's just gonna one day pop up and be like, Tifa, don't come to the 7th.
Oh my God, Kristal.
Don't come to 7th tomorrow.
I love the fact that they have you play as Aerith too in that moment where it's so brief, but you just for a moment you get to play as Aerith and stuff, and even like the voice, like Brianna White when she played that. I'm sorry, I've been watching a lot of her streams, so like when she played that moment, and she was laughing during the whole hand massage sequence, and she was just cracking up. She was like, "Oh my God, this is so suggestive," and then like he comes out, and she just goes and she's like, "Wait, I'm playing as Aerith? Wait, what?" And she like goes and talks to Cloud, and she's like, "You're acting really weird." And he's like, "Huh?"
They need to have a scene later on where Cloud and Aerith hold hands. Like very innocently, but it's like, is this your first time kind of thing? Like, that would be hilarious.
Yes, that would be great.
He's like, oh my God, your hands are so supple and soft.
He's like, stop.
Yeah.
Let's put some cream.
Yeah,
on
I'm
your
not
hand.
even gonna say what I'm thinking. It's terrible.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I take it that you guys all did like the luxury hand massage thing then, right?
I did. I had the money to spare. I had the gil.
Yeah, me too. But like if you look at the other ones, it gets worse. Like, okay,
Oh my
the middle
God.
one is in the middle. Like it's just like it's kind of okay, but it's shorter than like the luxury one, and it's not that, it's not great. And the poorer one that you pay like 100 gil for, that one is just her just being so rough with him.
Oh, really?
And it lasts for like a minute, and that's it, like less than a minute. And she's just super rough with him and like bashing him around and stuff like that. It's so friggin'
So it's
funny.
like a hand BDSM or something, or
It's almost like, yeah, she was like dominating his hand. He comes out of there.
Okay,
He's like,
I
he
know what I'm
comes.
gonna add.
He totally comes out of there, and he's just like, he's like making a fist and like trying to get it all limber. And then Aerith goes up to him, and she's like, "What are you doing, Cloud?" And he's like, flexing.
Wow.
I just like died. Oh my god, it is the funniest friggin' thing. Like seriously, that's great.
Yeah.
It was so great.
It's the best.
You know, yeah, that whole, I'm telling you what though, this whole Final Fantasy VII wall market like part of the game was just like, it was just absolutely outrageous. Like, it's super, like, it was more suggestive than I ever thought it would be.
Did you guys get the sauce?
Part of the game. Wait, what?
Did you guys get the sauce quest?
The sauce. What was that one?
Like where Johnny comes and runs up to you and he says, and he's like, "Cloud, bro, we gotta get the sauce."
Oh my god! Yes.
I did not get
Spider-Man.
that. I didn't get it.
I didn't realize that was Yuri Lowenthal until I saw that on Twitter. He shared a compilation of every time Johnny said "bro," and then I finally heard it. I was like, "Oh my god, Spider-Man!"
What's going on? What's going on?
Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor for Spider-Man and Spider-Man PS4 by Insomniac Games, he's the voice actor for Johnny.
See, I like the Spider-Man PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yuri Lowenthal. I'm trying to remember who that is.
He's Spider-Man.
He's been Spider-Man before too.
You're right. No, okay. Oh, that makes so much sense. No, that's funny. No, because whenever he says "bro," and then when you think about Spider-Man, it does really match up. No, that's great. I mean, he's a great Spider-Man too.
Yeah. Yep. So that was, oh my god, yeah, Madam M, what a character.
Right.
Chocobo Sam reminded me of Sam Elliott. You know that actor Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
Totally sounded like him. I thought it was him.
Well, I want to tell you about a fellow by the name of Cloud Strife.
Oh man, like, okay, so we had Chocobo Sam, we had Madam M, and then we had the Honeybee Inn.
Andrea
Rodea. Yes. Okay, what did you guys think of that? Because the Honeybee Inn in the original game, Mike, do you want me to tell this? Do you want me to tell you what it was?
Go ahead, no, yeah, spoil it. I'm not going to play the original.
Okay, so in the original game, it was actually it was a brothel. So it was pretty unsubtle in terms of how they portrayed it in the original. That's what it is now.
Let's be honest. Like,
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But they dress it up at least a little bit. So, like, I think they handled it really, really well, and they modernized it really well. Like, they made it like a Vegas, like a nightclub kind of thing. But for me, I just thought it was brilliant. I thought the whole entire sequence was like perfect. Wouldn't change a thing. I don't know. What did you guys think?
It was amazing. It's funnier too because my father-in-law, Kristal's dad, he's a hardcore Marine. He's basically Cloud in real life. And seeing his reaction to the over-the-top madness that was the Andrea Beaumont makeover dance extravaganza. It was everything you could ever ask for. There was a point he had to leave the room because he felt too threatened.
His masculinity was being threatened.
Cabaret was the word I was looking for.
It was kind of funny by the end because he kept on roasting Josh on like the timing of the buttons. He's like, "Come on, Josh, get it up,
dude." That was hard. Like that wasn't as easy as I was expecting because the camera
the whole dance thing. No, I failed. I failed so bad.
Cloud got in front of the camera like a few times, and so did the other guy. And it was just like, and I was too busy watching them. It was like a spectacle. You were like forced to watch, and it's like I could not time a lot of my button presses. Like at one point, Aerith was even disappointed in me. She was like, "Oh, yay!"
I don't know who that is.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys got disappointments because the whole time Aerith was just losing her mind. She was like, yes.
Yeah, but then at first she got disappointed in me, and then I did better the second time, and then she was like, okay, now we're
I think Aerith was more turned on with Cloud as a woman.
I think she was.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Which I don't get why you guys struggle with that part so much. because not to flex or anything, but I am the squat sultan.
And the pure of pull-ups.
Apparently, I'm very bad at the mini games in this game. I
The
don't know.
pull-ups I actually did pretty. I rocked that. I rocked that pretty well.
Okay, you can leave now.
The funniest thing for me during those mini games in particular was the battle theme being dubstep. And
Yes.
every
Right.
time they would start it over here, boing, 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 boing. And then hearing the victory theme right when Cloud or Tifa was victorious, you hear boing, 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 boing.
No, the music in this whole the music in Walmart was amazing. Also, you know what? We should talk about the music in the under the ground, the subway or the
Yes.
right, yeah.
Yes.
That music was just like that was the only thing that made it bearable. Because honestly, like the whole gameplay down there, in my opinion, was just obnoxious. Like I just wanted it to be over. Like it always went on a little bit too long. But then the music really, like I don't know, evened it out to where I didn't hate it terribly. But if there wasn't that great music there, I would have been like, come on, like please.
Yeah, like the due recompense.
I talked about how the train graveyard was like my second least favorite part of the game. The sewers was my absolute least favorite part, and
Yeah,
I
I
absolutely
agree.
hated it when I had to go back again.
It's tedious. It's so tedious. Yeah.
The robot arms were my least
Yeah.
favorite part. Like the
Yes.
robot hands, I
If I remember
hated that.
anything from Skyward Sword, I hate backtracking.
But the thing is, okay, so here's a counterpoint to that because I actually read somebody's theory on this, or I heard this from like a video or something, and it's a solid point, which is that if you take out those segments, if you take out the train graveyard and you take out the Undercity going into Wall Market from Sector 5, then you have a lot less time with Aerith as a party member. So the reason why they did that was to just give you more time with Aerith.
That makes sense. I mean, I did really, I did find some kind of some pleasure out of like carrying Aerith around that little arm, like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, Aerith. Like she's just like it's just kind of funny. I don't know. She's just sitting there and you're just moving around across the little puzzle. Like she's like some sort
That's
of
true.
MacGuffin or something like that. It's kind of funny.
That's true. That was kind of funny. Yeah. I
I
liked all the high five bits.
It's kind of like the little gameplay additions in The Last of Us that help humanize Ellie. Like how, like after Joel blows up at her, when they get to the hotel, she's kind of like limping around and she's like purposely lagging behind because she's upset and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they did sacrifice some gameplay, like in this situation, for story beats and character moments. And these characters, I mean, they really are so great. Like I couldn't even imagine this same game with like lesser characters. The game would be less than half of what it is without these characters.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Mass Effect in that way because like Mass Effect was all about your party members, the characters that your supporting cast, and doing the loyalty missions and things like that. And that's pretty much what cements your relationship with these characters, even as a player. Like for me, Mass Effect did a masterful job of connecting you with these fictitious characters. And I mean, I'm a person who's susceptible to that. Like I love my like I love my Batmans and my spoilers and my Buffys and I just think that like for me that's what made it work was just the interactions between the characters and stuff like that. And I mean, I want to talk about Barrett because and Red 13 because I barely mentioned them in my review because I love those characters and I think that kind of got lost. But
it is like exciting hearing your voice, like just so like eager, like, and then I want to talk about them, and I want to talk about them, and they're just so
because
awesome.
I'm normally not this way on the podcast.
I know it's like it's very like I don't know, it's very innocent and I love it. I in all my time knowing you, it's very rare. I've heard it one other time maybe that I've ever heard you like this excited.
What other time was that?
It was like way back in the day. I don't remember.
Okay, so like let's talk about Barrett. Let's talk about Barrett, because for a lot of people, he's the most improved character in the game.
Yes.
I really enjoy his character a lot. I think I just love his relationship with Cloud. It's nice to see, because I think Cloud could end up being a very traditional blank slate kind of character that's only meant to be that way so you can project on him, right? There's a lot of games that do this kind of thing, but
Oh
they've
yeah.
actually managed to take that same trope, that same archetype, and along with these other characters, allow him to grow and develop into his own character as you see him, through the game. So I think that's one of the strongest elements, is that like Cloud is as good as his relationships with other people in the game. So Barrett was one of those great relationships. He's very, very loud, very, very larger than life, to say the least. But he starts to kind of come down to earth in certain moments, and he really kind of warms up to Cloud. And when you see a character like that, who can kind of like meet Cloud somewhere in the middle, like it allows them both to become like, Cloud becomes less of like a drone, and Barrett becomes less of like this cartoon character, and they meet somewhere in the middle in this really human, really like great spot. So I agree with that.
I still see people complaining about him and saying that he's like a caricature, which I don't think he is. I think if you
Also, so
really,
what? Who cares? Like, he's a caricature.
right.
Big
No,
whoop.
no, no. Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, he has so many traits in this game that are like so interesting to me. And he made me okay. Here's the thing: John Eric Bentley is the name of the voice actor. He made me tear up. Like, there's that moment where like the Sector 7 plate falls,
That's
and he
the
thinks
best moment.
Marlene is dead.
Yeah.
And he goes up to that rock and he's just pounding it with his fist, and he's like, and that could come off as so melodramatic, but
Right.
the way the actor did his performance and the way he did like those screams and stuff, like I felt his pain and I literally was tearing up, and I'm like, Barrett makes me tear up. Barrett.
Right.
I was full on like, dude, I was into it, and he just, that was a big shock for me. I didn't expect it, because
Mhm.
I mean, Barrett is the guy. Like, you have to have somebody who's over the top, like Shinra middle manager guy. Like, you have to have him go up against Barrett, because that's just the only the language that Barrett kind of understands. Is like this over the top, like, we will not succumb to violence, and I mean, he's just, it's, I love that guy, by the way. I love that voice because it was just so funny to me. I don't know. Shinra middle manager for me worked because he was just so stupid. But anyway, but on the other hand, he wasn't entirely wrong.
Well, what's funny is this game is all over the place. Like, I mean, like, let's be honest, it's pretty much propaganda. But I think that for some reason it's like so unabashed. It's so unabashed, and it's so just like, it's that no one would complain about this game who would normally complain about the things like this. It's just so crazy and wacky, and it has all these other things going on for it as well, aside from the whole free planet fighter, tree hugging kind of thing going on. So yeah, it's because that like, the guy, the middle manager guy you're talking about, he's literally a caricature. Like, he's literally like, he's a satirical character that you use to make fun of a opposing political side. I guess what
Did
he
you
is.
know? Did you know? Speaking of him, he actually is at the Honeybee Inn after Cloud does the show with Andrea Rodea.
No
Really?
way.
Serious?
He is outside the Honeybee Inn. Yeah, like this was another thing that I saw off of Brianna White's stream, is that she was walking Cloud back to the Honeybee Inn after he regained control of him. And by the way, how funny was that moment when he comes out and he's in the dress, and Aerith goes up to him and she's like, "Cloud, you were amazing," and he's like, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah. Some people like
I was
that,
dying.
but I'm like, come on, like, Cloud is not
Really?
going to be like, he's not going
That
to have
was
a transformation in the
hilarious.
middle of his game, like.
No way. I was like, that was hilarious. That was the funniest bit from Cloud,
Yeah.
man. He was just like, he had some amazing, like, just deadpan lines. Like they were so good.
He made those moments where he completely gives out like the slightest bit of emotion even funnier. It's like, but
Yes.
the Cloud, what about? He's like, no.
Right. I also love it whenever he's like, I forgot this particular moment, but they asked for his help, and he's like, "Yeah, I can do that for a price." But he says it in like a
Uh-huh.
way where it's like he knows and you know it's a joke. Like he's making a
Yeah.
joke. It's just so great,
Yeah.
Oh, it was with
Yeah,
the
that was
kids, I
like
think.
huh?
I think it was with the kids, like in Aerith sector, where they're like, "Please, Cloud, can you do this?" He's like, "Well, I can do it for a price."
Yeah. No, he becomes more self aware,
yeah.
and it's just kind of great to kind of yeah,
That's a
it's really
character
great. It's
arc.
good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's his character arc. So, is that he becomes more open and more in touch with his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really cool thing. But yeah, so he finds Shinra middle manager at the Honeybee Inn. And if you go and talk to him, then the middle manager guy is like, he gets so pumped up. He's like, that show was amazing. And he's like, I'm finally ready to take on life. And he's like, middle manager of the month, here I come. It was just so freaking funny. I was just cracking up. Like, I love those little bits of humor, like those cheesy lines that are just so great because the voice actors are just in on the joke.
I'm just ready
My
for him to
favorite,
start running off in the distance.
yeah, it
Singing,
would have been hilarious if he just ran off.
Right, that's funny.
He's like, I'm feeling new emotions.
Can I get into like one really bad negative that I have with the game?
Yes.
Okay, for me, I can get past like the pacing of the game, which the section we're talking about, section chapter 9, it's probably the highest high followed by the lowest low with the sewer and the really bad like difficulty spikes there. But even then, I can get past that. I can get past all of that, but I have one really big negative, and I think
What is
it's
it?
just me personally, and it's the music. But it's not in the way you think, because I love the music.
Okay.
I was about to say, like, what are you
The
talking
music
about?
is amazing, and I love how they incorporate like retro sounds with the soundtrack. It kind of reminds me of Link's Awakening, in the sense that Link's Awakening uses Game Boy sound effects with its score. But I mentioned this before with the last podcast episode talking about the demo, and it's the looping. The looping is so bad that it
Yeah.
frustrates me,
Yeah.
especially in the sections in between Eris sector and Wall Market, especially with that one really infectious sound like score where it's like do do do.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the fans.
And
That's great.
and that's one problem that I have with it. And the other, I'll admit, I didn't have the same problem with Kristal about the NPCs, and I didn't have the same problem that you had, Mike, with the side quests, because I thought the side quests were really great, and you see how through each side quest, Cloud starts to let go of that chip on his shoulder, and he starts to become really loose and with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
the positive on the side quest. Yeah.
one thing I hated was the textures.
Oh yeah,
Textures were
Oh,
the
dude.
doors,
very,
man.
Yeah.
very.
When I was in Sector 5, I had an entire group of people just pop in.
Also, the flowers are horrible. Like they're when they're in the flower garden, like they're picking up these, they're walking these flowers, picking these flowers up like there's some sort of like beautiful, but they're like literally like these like 2D cardboard cutouts. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty bad. And the doors are like literally cardboard with
Yeah.
like a knob painted on.
I think it's because they really pushed hard on like the character models for like the main characters, and they pushed hard on like the environments and the particle effects and battle effects and everything like and the music and everything. That was like their main focus. And
Yeah, but it kind of detracts from the game when you can't believe the world that you're in
totally
outside of the gameplay.
It detracts from immersion, and this, like I said in my review, this game is all about immersion. And they really, when you have a door that looks as bad as it did for like Cloud's and Tifa's, like their hotel room or motel room or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, Marl, take better care of your doors.
And there's one last negative that I have, and that's Chadley.
What?
Okay,
Chadley
do you want to?
sucks.
Chadley
Dude,
did nothing wrong.
There's a secret. Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know what Chadley really is?
Chadley did nothing wrong.
What?
Exactly. Yeah. Chadley is a robot.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Chadley is a robot, and he is created by Hojo, I believe.
You never got to see this, Kristal, but yeah, it turns out that little boy that keeps asking Cloud for data for battles and all, he's a robo.
Yeah, I can see it.
Interesting. Dirty
He's
replicant.
Haley Joel Osment.
That's funny. A negative that I had is and I didn't really notice this until actually my brother, who also was playing the game alongside me, pointed it out. But the background, so whenever you have the foreground, which is everything in your immediate vicinity, places you can actually walk to, and then you have the background, which is everything you can't. Right, the background is actually literally a 2D image. Now it's a really nicely painted 2D image, right? But it doesn't really have that real shifting parallax effect that when you move, you can see. Right. You can tell that it's changing perspectives. It's something you have to really pay attention to. But when you do it right, when you do it as a 3D model, you can really you don't know that that's what it's affecting. You don't know that this immersion I'm getting is from that. But then you still feel it. You still feel it. So I think that I would really like to see to maybe use the Unreal Engine 5 in the next Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 to get the backgrounds to be when you see the plates above you, you see what's come on, I can't believe Shinra and above you. That's just a 2D image, but imagine that's an actual 3D image. And as you move through the city, you see it slightly shift in perspective. That would be so... The scope and the grandeur of the game would really be increased by that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there was a streamer where I was watching a video stream of it, and the scene where Cloud and Aerith are climbing across the rooftops and stuff, which is one of my favorite scenes in the game. And if you look in the background, the helicopters, the Shinra helicopters, are still. They're not moving. I saw that on the video, and I was like, wait, did something just not load, or is it just you're not paying attention in that moment? Because I totally did not see that in my playthrough.
So even as long as it took to make the game, it wasn't completely finished.
Maybe optimization. Maybe it's just a cheat because maybe they just ran out of power or something. Maybe they just weren't able to include all of that stuff. I don't know, but I personally think that this is going to get a re-release on the next gen consoles.
I would be surprised. I wouldn't really be surprised. Also, I think we should also talk about maybe when do you think they're going to actually release Final Fantasy VII Remake 2? They're going to do it 2 years after the first, like they did with the 13 series.
They confirmed that they're working on it now, but they also said that they're trying to decide if they want to release more bite-sized parts of the game, maybe a couple of townships or something per release, or if they want to do a big release, but then people have to wait for a longer period of time. So I think if they're working on it now, I think that it's going to be next gen. And I think that they're going to probably use Unreal Engine 5, like you said.
Oh, man.
I think that they're... Yeah, me too. hopefully it turns out as good as that demo looked, which it probably won't, but But I think that you're probably looking at maybe 2 to 3 years. If they're able to, they have the assets now, they have the main characters. All they got to do is upscale them, basically,
right,
for the next gen. But that's
I'm fine with waiting. Remember back in the day where we had to wait half a decade or more for a Star Wars movie? Those are the times where you really appreciate your sequel. This is an event. Nowadays, events are just, So if I have to wait 2 or 3 years for the remake of possibly the biggest and most epic JRPG, remake of all time, and we don't even know what's going to happen in this game, but assuming everything that we suspect is going to happen, that build up for this game will be huge if they market it right. Like, we'll all be just sweating our pants on the way to Best Buy to get this game.
And I feel a lot more confident about it myself because I feel like having seen Remake Part 1, it's like, okay, these guys, these are guys that care about what they're making, and these are guys that know what they're doing, and hopefully, it'll turn out better than we thought. But yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Josh, where are you guys?
Yeah, I think
they dropped out.
Josh and Kristal.
Or they lost
they
connection or something.
Can you hear us? Oh, there we are.
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay. But yeah, what were you guys saying?
Nothing. Just we were interjecting here and there, but for some reason we kept getting cut out. I don't know why.
Strange.
You're probably slandering either Tifa or Aerith, so the podcast automatically you just auto.
That was Kristal.
Yeah.
it's auto Tifa slander removal.
What was the name of the red guy that Griff talks to in Red versus Blue?
Oh, you talking about Red versus Blue? I don't know.
The guy that Griff talks about and talks to in the very beginning is like, why buy the milk when you can get the sex for free?
What?
Oh God.
Basically, I'm a glass half full type of guy. We got 3 beautiful women lusting after Cloud, so I'm happy.
Right, yeah. Like, come on, stop complaining.
I want Jesse to be a full party member.
Yeah. Wait, Alita Battle Angel. I love Alita Battle Angel.
Is it just me, or does Jesse look like Alita?
Yeah, I think it's just you.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm not even close.
No, not even close.
Kristal, you haven't even seen Alita.
I've seen trailers.
Alita Battle Angel is amazing. Like, we need to literally get back on the pod just to talk about the movie. It's incredible. I watched an IMAX 3D twice. Like, oh my God, like, just straight up, just blow you away. Like, I'm talking about like a luxury hand massage blown away.
You came out of the theater going like, huh? Okay, so like, this is the thing. So Jessie is going to be a party member in the next game, and she's going to be like Battle Angel Jessie.
There you go.
Oh my God.
When she died, what happened was Ito found her and put her back together and resurrected her. See?
I love it.
That's what makes it so interesting, because I remember right after I beat the game, I looked at an article that was on my news feed on Google, because I have an Android phone and it does that sometimes. And there was a thing that explained that Jessie might still be alive. Because at the very end you see Biggs, and then on the table you see Jessie's glove, and I showed it to Kristal. I'm like, look, Kristal, Jessie's alive. She's like, oh great.
It does look like her glove, and it does look like
I'm
her,
actually with
her
Kristal
headband
on this one. And the reason why I say this is because listen, I'm not the kind of, and me and actually and Keona talked about this actually on my pod about this game, but so I make a lot of jokes about Nomura, which I really don't internalize a lot of that, but I do have a problem with Deus Ex Nomura, because the thing is, like, listen, you when you make someone invest emotionally, and this is extremely important to my heart when it comes to, because I talk a lot about movies, and same with games too. It's extremely close to my heart that when you make me emotionally invest in something, that you stick to it. Like, you have to commit to this. Like, you can't get me to emotionally invest in something and then choose that it just didn't happen, because what you're doing, it takes emotional labor, right, for me to experience these events. And when you say that my labor was in vain, then it's like I put this work in for nothing. Like, the happiness and the sadness that you put into any kind of narrative is all leading to something. Like you're spinning these emotions to get a payoff at the end. So if you're gonna, and happiness is no more important than anger or sadness or frustration, depending on what they want you to feel, right? They're all important things. So if you make me spend, this emotional labor on these specific moments, you need to make sure that it pays off. And I just really hate when they do that Deus Ex Machina thing. Like, listen, when I saw Biggs at the end, I love Biggs. I love that guy's character, right? But that's the reason why his death is important. Like, it's because I loved his character. If I didn't love his character, they killed him, then maybe bringing him back would be okay because now I can love him. I can love him now. Like, there's a second chance for the character. Same with Jesse. Like, that whole arc felt like a moment where Tifa was going to be isolated. Like this was going to be a part of the game where Tifa had to make a choice. Like, did she want to stay with this life that's very dangerous and takes the lives of her friends, or does she want to put more into it? Like, hey, I could have done better, or this is something that they believed in, so I'm going to believe in it too. I'm going to go in all the way. Same with Cloud too. Like, this could have been a moment to draw them together. There's so many important parts of that. And like, listen, they're not important characters. Like, they did a great job really fleshing them out. And I'm happy about that. But it's like, I feel like they served their purpose. And to like bring them back just felt like a waste to me, in my opinion. Sorry for the rant.
No, that's fair. I think that's really fair, actually.
Oh boy, you want to talk about that?
Oh no!
You want to talk about that?
No.
Kylo? Like,
you guys bring that up. I call it pulling a Klein. Keona can talk.
Oh God!
Keona and Kristal can talk in detail, but I've been reading a lot of Ernest Klein, and that I've been reading.
Shut up about it.
This
I don't know anything about it.
Subjecting himself to that.
I will spare the listeners this time.
Yeah, but he won't spare me.
One of the podcasts. I live with you, okay? I can't not rant about this terrible writing to anybody else but you and Keona and my YouTube sister Gwendolyn. Okay, but even then, you have to experience it firsthand, okay? But I get what you mean. All you need to understand, Mike, is that Ernest Klein is a terrible novelist, but he's an okay screenwriter.
Just all that you need to know is that I have
of Ernest Hemingway.
Oh God!
All that you need to know is that I have my own theory that Ernest Klein is secretly Onision under a pseudonym.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
The author of Ready Player One and Armada.
Ready Player One was a book before it was a movie, right?
Yeah.
That movie wasn't great.
No.
Sorry, Spielberg. No. It wasn't.
No, you're right.
It wasn't great, but that was only because of the source material.
Yeah.
There's only so much glitter and glitz you can put on a pile of shit. I feel bad
for Keona right now. Like, we've completely gone off the rails.
No, it's okay. This is par for the course for our podcast anyway. But
Keona lost all control here. He's just comatose right now.
I'm just along for the ride right now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No, but okay. So where were we with Biggs and Jesse and everything and Wedge too?
Nomura.
Yes, which, I think that.
One tiny little thing. Badger's Wedge is the best casting I've ever seen.
Oh my God, yes.
I agree.
Wedge is amazing.
The best.
Why are you so mad, bro? I'm not your bro.
No, I think Keona? I love Wedge, and I hope he's not dead too. I mean, I kind of like. I'm very torn when it comes to bringing back characters or leaving them dead, because I think that, like, if you following the original game is something that I wanted to see them do to a certain degree. I mean, I'm not like a purist by any means. I think that they can make changes and it still honor the original. I think that the way that we left Biggs and Jesse in particular was so poignant, and it was something that I really liked. Like, it was a moment that really got me. And so to undo that is kind of like you said, it's a Deus Ex Machina, and it's very it could turn out to be not so great. Like it could be a bad decision. But I think that if any out of the three of them, Biggs has more of a purpose in the narrative if he were to come back because he's a teacher, which is something new, completely new. And I would like to see Jessie come back, but the interesting thing about her coming back is that I've heard a theory that she may come back, but due to the alternate timelines, she may not have knowledge of who Cloud and Tifa and Barrett are.
What?
And she may come back as just a performer at the Gold Saucer, and her like memory is wiped. Like she wanted to be, you know how she wanted to be on stage at the Gold Saucer.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. She's just making an excuse to not make us that damn pizza.
Right.
Oh,
With
I'm
the
sorry.
marsh and the loche.
I don't remember this promise about a pizza. See, I just lost my memory.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Now I'm just
But
doing
in-
my life dream, you know, performing at the Gold Saucer, you know.
But imagine if she has that moment, though. I mean, that could be a good moment where, like, if they meet her and they're like, wait, it's Jessie. And they go up to her and she's like, I don't know who you guys are. I mean, that would be interesting.
Right. No, it would definitely be very Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy, a lot of the games that I play from Final Fantasy,
It's always about that.
particularly like Final Fantasy 13, relies heavily on like themes of like reincarnation and you know, things like that. So I definitely see something like that happening.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, to be honest, like I've always dealt with those things in Final Fantasy, and I've never really liked it. Like I love Final Fantasy 13, but I don't like a lot of the Deus Ex Machina stuff they pull in that. I mean, the whole ending is some huge epic Deus Ex Machina, but it kind of makes up for itself because it's so epic. And ultimately, I think that it is very cathartic. Like I think we all want catharsis, you know, like
Yeah.
and I feel like when you feel like your emotions are invalidated, it kind of it leaves you with this hollow feeling. Like it just I like to feel like genuine happiness and genuine sadness. Like stop playing with my emotions and just let me invest in this. I want to like the next time something happens, are you likely to invest? Like if something happens in one of these characters, how likely are you to invest in the reality of that? If they do, and that's the problem when you devalue serious topics like, you know, death and things like that in games. It's like everything becomes cheaper after that. So that's the issue with any kind of narrative, to be honest. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
Especially a long running narrative, like for comic books and that sort of thing. Like
Yeah,
I've seen it happen
for
with
sure.
X-Men a lot, where just, you know, character's dead, character lives because the author wants to bring back the character.
It's
I mean,
really,
it's just,
I don't know how people get invested in comic books like that. Like, I don't know how they do it.
It isn't easy.
you should check out Jonathan Hickman's run on X-Men. You should check out House of X and Powers of 10
the new one.
because they address the characters dying and coming back to life. They actually address it within universe and give it some structure and give it some rules, which I think was one of the neater things that Hickman brought. I'm not totally on board with his take, but I thought that was an interesting thing. Anyway, that's off topic, but like, yeah, I mean, so, you know, with Jessie coming back, I love Jessie, love her. Like she has some of the best moments in this game. Like her thirst for Cloud is epic and hilarious, and I love it so much. And like, you know, and the fact that she's so playful, and I really like that because I love her playfulness because like when like Wedge gets bitten in the ass and she's like she like takes a look at it and then she smacks him and he's like, well, that sure felt like a, you know, whatever he said. And I just like I cracked up at that moment. And that leads us to one of the best Cloud moments too.
She has 0% chill.
She has no chill. She has no shame. I love that about her, and I love that she just keeps on. You know, she keeps on going. It's amazing.
Like I said, you got to admire a woman with that amount of confidence in herself and her social skills with everybody else. Like confidence is it can get it, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. But that, by the way, that led us to one of the best Cloud moments in the game when he goes to Wedge and full deadpan just goes, sorry about your ass.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh my god.
That is top 5 Cloud moments, but it's not number one. I'll reveal my number one later on in this
I think
podcast.
I know what your number one is. I wonder if it's the same as mine.
What's yours?
Okay, I love that moment, and I love the get help moment with Barrett because Barrett's just so mad at him.
That's number 2.
And I love the moment where he's in the dress and they're in the dungeon, and Tifa wakes up and she, and he's like Tifa, and she goes like yes, and she's like wait a minute, that makeup and that dress. She's like it's you, Cloud, and he's like what does he say?
He's like, okay, thank you. Yes, it's good. Moving on.
Yeah, he's like nailed it.
That is number 4.
Dude, that was my favorite Cloud moment in this entire game.
You know what my number 1 is? We're paying it off. This is Chekhov's gun, people. Okay, you set up a Buster Sword in Act 1. You better use it by Act 3. So this is the Chekhov's Buster Sword. My number 1 is
what is it?
Right at the end when you're facing off against the Whispers, and Cloud unironically turns to them and just says, "Bring it on, bitch."
Oh god,
that is such
an
80s tough guy thing, favorite. And I love it because he just gave himself into everything. His friends, the ridiculousness of everything. It is perfect.
I love his. I love his. When you do the Ascension limit break, and he goes, "Let's dance, asshole." And he just full on. Like, I love those lines. Like, yeah, I mean. Oh my god!
I just love how edgy he is. I love that edge. It's great.
Yes. I love the moment too where he's with Aerith and he says, "Never a dull moment with you," and she goes, "Is that a compliment?" He's like, "Not really."
Oof. That's for all the Clodies.
He is so stupid.
It's funny, Mike, that you mentioned earlier, like, that it reminded you of, like, anime. Because I remember turning to Kristal halfway, like, not halfway through the game, but, like, halfway through, I want to say the chapter where you're on the bikes and you fight off against the roach. And after that, you go to Jesse's parents' house. And I turned to her because she got me into Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I turned to her and I said,
"Oh hell yeah!"
I said, "You know who Cloud reminds me of? He reminds me of Edward Ulrich."
Ulrich? Oh my god, Josh!
Yeah. Obviously, a taller Edward Ulrich. Don't tell him that though.
Right down to not just the hairdo, and not just down to like the straight deadpan attitude, but also down to the fact that Cloud's hand, his arm, is clearly like different. It reminds me of Edward's arm that's like fully robotic, and it's like, Kristal, you're in for it.
I do see a lot of those actually, and no, and even like down to like the kind of like the ensemble cast too.
Yeah,
even that's kind of similar too. Like, I guess Armstrong would be kind of like the Barrett, and you have who's the
oh my god.
Like, I don't know. I feel like you could probably draw a few parallels there.
Winnie would be like a mixture of Tifa and Aerith.
Right. Winry, yeah.
You mean Winfrey?
Winfrey.
Is it Winfrey?
And Red 13 is the little girl, the
Winry. Josh said Winnie.
No, it's Winry, yeah.
And Red 13 would be the "Can we play?"
Oh my god. You can leave now.
Yeah, man. Hey, whenever you see a dog with a wig, it hits hard. It just hits different. Oh man, I love that. I love that we're all weebs here. Like, that's so great. That's really precious.
Oh shoot! I don't even know if I can call myself a weeb at this point.
You're more of a weeb than I am. You've seen
you're a
you've seen what's it called? You've seen what's it called? That anime with the cat people.
What?
What's it called? It's the one that you were talking about that somebody made like a fart noise in a movie.
Oh my god, Inuyasha!
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
You're a weeb.
Shut up, I'm not a
Inuyasha.
weeb.
Kagome.
If you're attracted to Inuyasha, then yeah, you're a weeb, man.
No, I am not, alright? I watched it when I was younger, okay? It was cool when I was younger. It's not anymore.
It's okay. I can relate. I saw the 4Kids dub of One Piece, so
Oof.
I knew that rap by heart. So I'm a weeb.
Oh God.
You know,
I remember
Four
when
Kids Sonic X was actually pretty strong. I'd say it's probably one of the better dubs. I watched the original Japanese uncut though, which is amazing. Maria.
Which, if there's one anime I desperately want to show you, Josh, it's Orin High School Host Club.
I actually do
no.
want to see that.
Whoa, okay,
But
that
you-
was a twist. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my
I
god.
remember seeing the cut that Toonami did of Inuyasha, where it was just Inuyasha and Kagome calling each other, and it was like Inuyasha, Kagome, Inuyasha, Kagome.
Tetsuya, Kaneda, Tetsuya.
Yes, exactly.
Man, I'm a huge weeb. We gotta talk
Over the
anime
top
sometime.
shows.
Okay,
Oh my god.
I messed up. I messed up on my favorite cloud line, so now I'm gonna actually say it the way it was. It was nailed it. I know. Thank you. Moving on. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Which I did not nail it at all. So Cloud would not be happy with me. Cloud would not be happy with
That's the best.
me. Oh my god. Okay, so we have like loads to talk about still, but it's like okay, we gotta move on here. So
Oh, this is great. I'm having a great time.
yeah, man, this is
This
so
is
much
fun.
fun. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to talk about another one of my favorite things in this game, which is the moment between Barrett and Red 13 and their weird sort of friendship is great. And I love the moment where he's like, you gotta not be so serious all the time. You gotta smile. And then like
that was cringe, bro.
smiles, and he's like, okay. I just thought that was freaking hilarious.
I mean, it is kind of funny.
I was dying when I saw that.
Barrett's
Like,
reaction was
He
my
really gave it
reaction.
his best shot. I'm like, man, that poor animal.
Poor
I
I
felt
love
so
Red
bad.
13. I love
felt-
him.
I felt so bad because I was used to like that kind of lion animal smiling from Kingdom Hearts 2 when Sora goes to the Lion King world and he's smiling the whole time. I'm like, oh come on, you just haven't seen enough anime, Barrett, you fucking weeb.
And then of course there was the awesome moment where like Heidegger, which by the way, that voice is the guy who did Bender in Futurama,
John
did Heidegger's
DiMaggio.
voice. John DiMaggio. He's amazing. So he gets in there and he says, who are we facing, or something. And he's like, who are these people? And like, what did they say? Like Barrett's like avalanche, and she's like local florist, and Red 13 is like lab rat dog. I just freaking died.
Yeah,
Dude.
man, it's kind of sad. Like, it's kind of sad. You know?
Nobody knows.
That's how he identifies himself. Like, I'm like, man, that's bad.
And then he goes, and then Heidegger's like,
gives shit.
he's like, and where are all your friends? And Barrett's like, up yo ass. And I'm just like, Barrett, you are the man.
Hitting it with them home runs.
Barrett was so amazing. Yeah, somebody made a video of that and just like freeze framed it right there on Barrett saying that line and just was like, Barrett wins.
Burn. They should have to deal with the glasses come down, deal with it, The blind
Exactly.
glasses.
Yes.
And then of course Cloud has to make his huge entrance and just demolish everybody with his motorcycle.
Which oh my god, that reminded me of one funny moment that me and my father-in-law were laughing our asses off. It was that point where Barrett and Cloud and Red 13 are separated from Tifa and Aerith, and they're separated by like a tube with the door and whatnot. And
Yeah.
you see Heidegger, I think, or somebody, or Hojo, I think it was Hojo, looking through a security camera. And through the security camera, you just see Cloud. You see Barrett kind of punching a little bit, and then you see Cloud just whacking it like Katara in the live action Avatar movie. It's just like ding, ding, ding. And then it cuts to Aerith and Tifa, and Aerith just casually pushes it, and then
Yes. Yeah.
and then Cloud and Barrett were like,
Yeah, that was so like overly dramatic, but it was funny. It was hilarious.
It was funny. Yeah.
The best.
Oh man. I thought they should have had a moment there where Aerith was just like, I don't know my own strength.
That would have been like Marvel Cinematic Universe level corny. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I know, but I could imagine her saying it because she is kind of Marvel Cinematic Universe
no, she
corny.
Yeah, really. But I love her for it. Like, this whole game is so dramatic and yet so corny. I don't know how it works, but it just does. Like, it's the Final Fantasy formula. You know, it works really good.
It reminds me a lot of the, I hate to go back to the Mass Effect comparison again, but it reminds me a lot of the Citadel DLC. Like at the end of Mass Effect 3 when they released that, just to give you more time with the party and stuff, and they had so many like in jokes and so many like just great lines in that DLC. I loved it. But
I still need to play Mass Effect.
Speaking of which,
I played Andromeda.
Oh God.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's not representative.
Aaron Girl or Aaron Boy the game. Like,
yeah, that is not representative of the original trilogy. But God, that was so bad. I couldn't even finish it. Yeah. In this case, yes.
I do. I had to say that. Sorry.
No, you're.
Deep sigh.
Screw you. I actually kind of do prefer the prequels. Solely for the joke, though.
To what, though? To the original or to the sequels?
You want to talk about this?
I just want you to answer that question.
Okay.
Please.
So I don't have nostalgic memories of the originals. I think they're a little boring, in my opinion. Okay. The new ones, I like John Williams' score, and Episode 3 is good enough for the entire prequel trilogy to be, amazing. And of course, the Darth Maul fight is just amazing. Duel of the Fates is amazing.
I did love that. Yes.
So those moments, like all together, it's but it's cohesive. The story is very cohesive.
Exactly. At least it had a cohesive through line.
Right, yeah. Right. The new sequel trilogy, I think it's very like modern blockbuster. So because of that, it's polished. It looks and sounds very good, but then the narrative is very inconsistent and also just bad. Like it doesn't. From a Star Wars standpoint, it's just not good. It's like a blockbuster movie with a Star Wars, facade, in my opinion.
I will have a soft spot for The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Solo, but I will.
I like Rogue One. I enjoyed that one, although I think they could have went a little harder on it. I felt like they kind of went Disney at the end.
Yeah.
Rogue One is the one where I will draw the line, and Rise of Skywalker is.
I think just universally hated.
Rise of Skywalker, I actually enjoyed it from a purely like instinctual level. Like when I was watching it, like I saw bright colors, I heard big sounds, and I saw lightsabers and things happening. The moment you scrutinize it at all, even the tiniest bit, it falls apart. Everything about that movie falls apart on its own and in context with all the other movies. Like it's just bad from every standpoint, in my opinion. And also too, it's supposed to be the ending of this saga, the Skywalker saga, which is obviously bullcrap because Rey is not a Skywalker. Like that's just a fact.
That's right.
And I don't like Rey. She's not she's not an interesting character. Like, if you want to do like a deadpan character, like literally like hire the person who did Cloud.
I liked Rey, but
Rey
I
is
think that
Aerith.
I think that
no, she's not. She's not.
No.
She's not this saccharinely sweet, like
no,
over
she's
the
not.
top
She's
kind
not
of
Aerith.
melodramatic character.
She's not Aerith.
Well, she's got that innocence to her. Like, just the scene with, like, one of her first scenes when she puts the helmet on, way out in the desert.
Right. Yeah.
She's being a goofball. I love that.
I can see it. I don't know. There's something interesting because, like, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I really am not. My favorite Star Wars content is, in this order, the Clone Wars. Dave Filoni, love the Clone Wars so much. Second would be probably Force Unleashed, and then after that, like Star Wars Episode 3. Like, that is encapsulates my taste for Star Wars.
Interesting.
The movies, are just, they're whatever. Like, they're just kind of like things that fill the gaps in between. But the new sequel trilogy for me, I just like, I don't know. I really I liked Poe. I think Finn. I really was I was very invested in Finn in the beginning, and I like the way they marketed him as like this Latin Jedi, which they kind of just. He ended up being like this Michelin man leaking water, by the second movie. So they turned him into a big joke.
Okay. I thought it was funny. Maybe it's just me.
Well, I guess it was, but to me, I wasn't looking for something funny at that moment. Like I wanted to invest. I was like, okay, I'm serious. I'm in. Like,
I understand. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Let's get back on topic now. Let's get back on topic now. Before we run off the rails here. Okay, so we're getting deep into this podcast here. So now I want to just like kind of talk more about theories and stuff, but there is one thing that I have to rant about this because I have to rave about this because I love I totally see what you're saying about her being saccharine. I totally see what you're saying about her being saccharine and everything and stuff, but for me, it was that exchange and that sequence with her and Cloud that really was like, it got me. Like, I was like, oh, so this is the Aerith that we're going with. And it was just something about like the performance, and it was something about like the way that she called Cloud on his stuff. And the way that she, when she's like, are you mad? And when she's like, you're so petty and stuff. I love those moments because I was like, this is the only character who's willing to really like challenge him. And Tifa is willing to like she's more patient with him. Whereas Aerith is more like, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And it doesn't matter what you think. And I love that about her. So like that moment where they're on the slide and he tries to sit there and not be near her. And then she kind of moves towards him. And I was just like, this character, I love this character so much. And I don't know why, because I was not an Aerith person. Like I said, I was a Tifa person. And then this game completely turned me around. And now I'm totally on Aerith's side, even though I still love Tifa, but I'm on Aerith's side.
So I don't think there's a side really, for me personally, but I really like, so what got me with Aerith's character is, and honestly, what gets me with most characters, like, I think, when you meet a character, you want to have like a nice first impression of them, right? You want to like you want them to be charming in a certain way, and you want them to have, like this like feeling where you feel like you could be a friend with them. I think that kind of draws you closer to them, like to a certain degree. But I think just like a real friendship, you become a true deep friend when you start to understand them from enough to know their dark side, their pain, their faults, their regrets, their issues, all that baggage, that nasty stuff, right? That like once you've become a friend enough to know that part of a person and to accept it and to appreciate them in spite of that, that is what like really solidifies it. So for me, it was the train station for me. Like when you learn about, her when she felt like she was lost and she was playing hide and seek and how she, felt like she was alone. And then Tifa came up and we found you, or you found me. I forgot who said what.
Yeah.
That was really powerful. It was very poignant.
Yeah.
And also the whole part with her being taken in by her adoptive mother, and then like her, the moment where her mother died in the train station and she was alone and she was found, and her getting over that, her realizing she could tell the future and get like premonitions and whatnot. Her childhood was very rough. Those are the things that really like you empathize, because like you can sympathize and be like, man, I'm really vibing with you right now. Like I like you like the same things, we go out to eat the same places, like, hey, you're like relatable. But then when you can empathize with someone, like that's just so powerful. So that's what really attracted me to her character at that point.
Good point. Yep. See, this is what I like. I like hearing the different perspectives and things like that, because for me, it worked from the get-go, because I was really expecting something different. I was expecting something where like she was just going to be super, like how you kind of saw her, which was super saccharine and sweet and stuff. And I liked that they gave her a little bit of sass. That was the thing that I really liked about her.
She reminded me of Willow from Buffy.
Yeah. I could see that.
I'm not trying to be too Kleinian about it. Just, she...
No.
Kleinian.
You have Dickensian, you have Shakespearean, I have Kleinian.
Shonda Rhimes.
but no, Eris really gives off that kind of vibe, and I'll just say I fell in love with her from the get-go. Like, all these characters I fell in love with, not romantically, except for Aerith and Tifa, and to an extent Jessie. But
it's like you said,
completely romantic, nothing physical about it.
It's like you guys said.
This game's biggest strength is its female characters, I think, because I can only say so much from my perspective, but I'd say from a feminist standpoint, these characters are absolutely varied and absolutely amazing. You have one that's completely confident and just takes control and is just so confident and out there and just shoots their shot. You have one that's just so maternal. They just care for everybody. They love everybody, try their best to hold everybody together. And you have one that's just so sweet and loving, but also sassy and will go their own route. It's just these are wonderful characters, and I would not blame anybody if they loved any single one of them.
Right. No, that's why I said there's no side. Like, I think like, I don't know, they're so great, they're so good, that I just feel like bad about taking a side. I think that if they were more two-dimensional, it would lend itself to this kind of like really like these ship wars where you can like fill in your own blanks and you can make your own headcanons and your own fan fictions, but they're so fleshed out, they're so real, they're so three-dimensional that it's like, I couldn't imagine taken aside. Like, and Cloud is so great too. Like Cloud, and that's a big part of it too, because Cloud isn't this character you just project on. You're not trying to play this game, or like, hey, if you're a Clody, chances are you like Tifa because you project on Cloud. If you're a dude, or I don't know if you're a woman either. It doesn't matter, but. Or if you're a Clarith or whatever, then you probably like Aerith, so therefore you project on Cloud. So, but see, I can't project on Cloud because Cloud is his own person. He's so good. So yeah, I don't get this Clody Claire thing. It doesn't work for me.
Kind of related to that though, like you were saying, and I didn't mean to say sides. Of course, we love them both, but I mean, it's just that like for me personally. When I was in high school, I was very much like Cloud. And I'm not being facetious. I was very much like, I did not talk much to anybody. I was very introverted. And I was very like, kind of standoffish and like don't respond to much of anything. So in a way, I do recognize certain traits of myself in Cloud, which actually helps because it's like, okay, now I understand who Cloud is. And I knew someone in my life who was like Aerith to me, who was that kind of challenge and who brought out something in me. And that was the thing that I responded to, I think, was that it was so relatable that like the little pushes that she gives him, and it's not mean spirited or anything, and it's not manipulative. Like I've seen people who think that she's manipulative. I don't think she is at all.
She's not.
What?
Not at all.
I think, except for there's a certain thing that we're going to get to later, but I mean, I think that like that relationship to me just it brought me back to like a time in my life when I sort of had that, and to me that's what spoke to me about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very personal thing and a
I
very
think she's
subjective
a character that like if I don't know, if I were to make like it's weird. I think it's like once again like everything's so well written that I have a hard time expressing exactly how I feel, but like I don't know, I almost feel as though she's written to be what she is to Cloud. You know what I'm trying to say? Like she's specifically written to be who she is to Cloud.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Whereas I think Tifa almost feels to a certain point like she could be who she is regardless of whether she's in a Final Fantasy game or any game. You know?
Yes.
Like, and I think that's a big thing too. And that's almost why I like
you.
Tifa, because she's just so down to earth. Like she's just like so chill. Like that is my kind of gal. She's so chill.
Tifa is awesome. Tifa is so loving and so like, you know, and she's a badass.
Yes.
And that's the thing, is that she's a badass and who is a very loving person. I mean, she's like, it's a contradiction almost, but she's so empathetic and so compassionate that you wouldn't expect her to be the person who gets in there and who just lights people up with her fists and stuff. I mean, she's just amazing. So I think that's what I love about Tifa.
If I could compare these two with anything, it might sound like a really random tangent, but I swear to God, it makes sense.
We'll see about that.
Me and Kristal have been rewatching Avatar lately.
It came on Netflix, right?
Yeah, The Last Airbender. And as a kid, it might sound really stupid, but as a kid, I had a huge crush on Azula. I don't know why.
Well, because she's bad. She's bad.
Azula's
cool. I totally get it. Like femme fatale thing is real. Like that's a real thing. Like
like a Jessica Rabbit, that kind of stuff. You know, you're just like, damn.
Okay, I get it, but like
she's dangerous.
Last few episodes,
well,
Azula,
you can't look at that stuff. But anyway, rewatching the series, I realized I was a dumb kid, and I should have been crushing on Ty Lee. That was Azula's other friend that was like a gymnast, and you know she was like flipping around and doing all this like acupuncture kind of stuff.
The chi blocking girl.
You know, she was so positive and nice and cute and everything. And it's like, what was wrong with me as a kid that I was attracted to the
edgy boy phase, you know?
Yeah.
No, I totally get it though. I like it's just there's something that's just who's the girl from Kim Possible? You know,
Shigo, I think.
Yeah, same thing. Like it just, you know, there's something there. Like I totally get it. I totally get it. Or even like, you know what? Like it's funny because it's also a trope too, where it's like if you're bad, you're just hot. Like remember Teen Titans? Like you have Starfire, she's super cute, right? But then Blackfire.
Oh man.
Woo!
I feel like Kristal's learning more about me in this podcast than she ever has the entire almost 4 years that we've been dating.
You know, the funny thing is that I'm judging you right now, but in all reality, I'm the freaking weirdo over here at when I was young and crushed the Ninja Turtles.
Whoa, okay. Michael, is that Raphael or Michelangelo? Or?
Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
That's the personality.
It was the bad boy. Come on.
He's literally the bad boy. There's a poster across the way.
Oh man. You're horny this whole time? Come on. You can't horny your main.
This is why all the women in this game love Cloud. Because he's the guy who's like completely shut down, and he's like, I'm an inscrutable mystery.
Yeah.
And some of them are like, I like to change him. It's like Belle and Beast, and some are like, I want to challenge him, and some are like, I love him just the way he is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in reality though, I mean, like getting down to like the brass tacks things, I think that like Cloud he messed up. Like I mean, I think he'll get better, and I think he'll really like I think that he has room for improvement, but like he's messed
Yeah,
up. Like
he is.
he's screwed up. Like I don't think anyone can have a happy life with him. You know,
Wait
like
until you
not
see how
really,
screwed up he is.
huh?
Wait until you see how screwed up he is.
Yeah, I mean he's really messed up. I think all the shipping stuff is very fun, but ultimately it's going to end in tragedy. I guess the whole point. You know, like
I
like
also feel like we're talking about like a platonic friend that we all a mutual friend who's gotten into a really really bad relationship with a toxic guy.
Are we getting into the theories for the next game? Because I have a major theory.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
go ahead.
Well, this is where
Oh.
it's all leading to this because we're talking about Aerith right now, and she knows things.
See, I got a theory, and it's a wild theory, but it's also very simple.
Go for it.
I feel like Nomura's going to throw the rug out from under us in part 2 or part 3, however many parts this game takes, because I'm down for as many parts as it takes, in all honesty. But if it only lasts one other part, I'm going to call it right now, and I will eat my I will eat my flex tape when all this is said and done. I will. I am making a bet right now that
Hmm.
Tifa will be the one that dies.
You know, yeah. I mean, like, listen, man, listen. Why are you doing this to me? Like,
It's all a part of how Aerith is seeing everything, and that little scene with Marlene at Seventh Heaven, just kind of how Marlene sees how she sees the future, and how Aerith seems totally content with everything. And
yeah.
that's the weirdest thing about how content she is with her fate, and how she's pretty much accepted it. That I feel like Nomura, now that the whispers have kind of stopped, controlling fate, they're gonna throw
You,
the rug out from under us,
you know
and
what I would like
Tifa's
to
gonna die.
see? I would like to. This if that does happen, this is what I would like to see. I would like to see Aerith is about to be killed by Sephiroth, but Tifa sacrifices herself to save Aerith. I would like to see that because they've been developing the relationship between those two a lot, and I think I can imagine like Aerith telling Tifa in confidence that like she knows what's going to happen to her, and Tifa is like, like no, you can't let this happen, and they kind of like let it stand for a while. They put a pin in it, and later on when that moment comes up, Tifa decides to defy Aerith's fate, and that would be just a really powerful moment. Because it's not like because if that were to happen, it would subvert like the idea that Tifa or Aerith has to die as like a narrative push for Cloud, which I'm not against. I'm not against quote unquote fridging. Like I'm you can fridge all the characters you want in my opinion. But I think it's still like a really powerful thing where like a friendship. I like to see that kind of thing, and
I
I think it
love.
would strengthen
Yeah,
both those characters,
yeah.
and it would be an interesting way to do it. And I think I hopefully they give Tifa a little bit more material because I want to be more attached to Tifa before that happens, if that does happen.
I love that take on it too. Like I love the fact that Tifa and Aerith have this really good like friendship with each other because it endears you to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too that like Tifa has not had her moment yet.
Yeah.
Like, see, the reason why they're building up Aerith so much is because they want the players to fall in love with Aerith.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to fall in love with Aerith so that you want to protect her and keep her alive at all costs. Because if or when she dies,
So the punishment
they
should be
want you to
Tifa.
really feel it.
Right.
But the thing is that if they were to reverse it and make it Tifa who dies, like that, then they would have to build up Tifa a little bit more.
Right. I agree.
Because you want to be in love with Tifa as much as you're in love with Aerith.
I
And I think
agree.
that
I totally agree.
that's absolutely
That's a
possible.
good point.
Well, the joke's on Nomura because I'm in love with all of them. I got the cutscene with Tifa where Tifa's crying out in Aerith's flower garden, and she's just so tired and burnt out by everything. And Cloud tries to hug her just to comfort her, but he really needed the hug too. And she's just like, she's crying, and she's like,
He's like, wait, I have feelings.
Cloud, you're actually hurting me. Cloud, please stop. And he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Mm. I would
So
love what was I gonna say? Oh man. Yeah, no, I think that's a really interesting development. I think man, I lost it. Continue on. I'll think of it.
Okay, so who got the Tifa scene in that sequence in chapter 14, and who got the Aerith scene, or possibly even there's a Barrett scene, I think.
I got Tifa.
I got Tifa scene.
I got Tifa as well. But did you guys watch the Aerith scene
I
by any
did.
chance?
I did.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah,
did.
you're not
I
allowed
did
to fall
not.
in love with me. Yeah.
Yeah. She said it's not real. Don't fall in love with
Yeah.
me. And I was just like, in that moment, even just watching it on a YouTube video,
That
just
hit
made me,
hard.
because
That
I was
hit
like,
hard.
holy crap. Like, I
That's
would have had to
powerful
put the
stuff.
controller down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to continue for a while after that, because that
Yeah.
was just like, but it proves something. It proves that either the planet has told her, or that even, okay, here's a theory. So like at the end of the original game matches up with where she starts off this game. So like that area of Midgard where she's like she's kneeling, and you see the pipe broken with all the life stream coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That actually, like, it goes directly from the ending of the original game into that.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say that maybe this is one of the theories that's out there. Maybe she's gaining knowledge from the life stream as to what happened in the original game, and she's acting upon this knowledge so that she can put things right. Or like she can save the planet but also save humanity.
And I think we were talking a little about this on my pod too, but I think if they played it straight with Aerith, but also made it to where she knows, I think that's also more powerful too, because if she knows that she's gonna die, right, or be killed, and she allows it to happen because she knows that ultimately, if that happens, like me and Keona were basically theorizing that maybe her dying and returning to live stream would allow her to defeat Sephiroth at a later time, or to like empower live stream so that way Cloud can, somehow defeat, something like that, Nomura style.
Because when she dies in the original game, she actually returns to the life stream, and she is actually able to hold her consciousness together because she has the holy materia.
Mm-hmm.
So because she can utilize that, she's still basically alive, but in another form.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish this original game.
Yeah, or just watch the playthroughs. Just cheat like I did. No, but I mean, there's some wacky theories out there, man, and they're mind-blowing. And I don't know if, now that they're out there, maybe Square is going to look at that and be like, we should go in an opposite direction. Which I hate when they do that, because then it's like, well, you have a good theory, why not just see how it plays out, instead of like, now they're going to be like, let's subvert their expectations and all
Yeah,
this.
no,
It's like it's like George R. R. Martin talking about how it sucks when internet theorists like already guessed that the butler did it, but they got to keep going with it instead of changing it halfway through and being like, oh yeah, the chambermaid did it, but there's no build up to it at all.
And
so
that's
it
why we
sucks.
had Bran win the Iron Throne.
Yeah, no, I prefer it. I prefer a genuine take as opposed to a subversive one. Like, honestly, I really don't think there's any value in subversiveness alone. I think subversiveness is only good when it's been created and built up from the very conception of the idea. Like if that's where you're always going to go, then great. But
it depends. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
And I remembered what I was going to say about Tifa. So if they if they allowed Tifa to be the one to die, I think that would be even more poignant, because especially if they allowed Jesse and Biggs to also remain dead, then like all of Avalanche would be gone, and that would be like a really poignant thing, that like throughout this entire adventure they all died sacrificing themselves for something that they believed was greater.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't want
It's a
Tifa to
brave
die.
new world for the next game, for the next installment in this little series, and I'm all for it.
I'm
Mhm.
excited to see where it goes.
I honestly don't want any of them to die. I don't want Aerith to die. I don't want Tifa to die. I want Sephiroth to die.
Which can I bring up one last thing? I don't know if are we running too long? I hope we're
No,
not.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've never had I haven't had much experience with the original game or anything relating to it, Advent Children, Crisis Core, or anything. But the one thing that has stayed a constant with Final Fantasy, probably the most iconic thing with Final Fantasy, like this franchise's Pyramid Head, it's Darth Vader, is Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a large part of that is due to how I knew of him in Kingdom Hearts as this impossible optional boss. But I just know he's a hardcore emo dude with long, streaky gray hair. He's got a long sword, and he will fuck your shit up with one sword stroke. He's like Mike Tyson in Punch Out.
Yeah.
And I did not know anything about how he originally was in the game until I saw Cosmonaut Variety Hour's review of the remake. And a lot of my thoughts on the game were shaped after watching that video, but I like the conceit of the original game where Sephiroth was pretty much built up. The whole game was pretty much built up right until the end of Disc 1, right when you leave Midgar. And you finally get to hear and see Sephiroth in his entirety. And that was
Mm-hmm.
what shocked me, that in this game you see nothing but Sephiroth. And even knowing him from Kingdom Hearts, I was so sick. I was like, oh my god, just go away. I want to enjoy this. Until I realized, oh my god, this is integral. And realizing where this remake was going. And I like the fact that this remake doesn't hold your hand. It really
Yeah.
expects you to have some knowledge of the original and immediately plays with that. It's like, all right, well, you know this much? Well, here you go. We're turning left instead of right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
there's your expectation subversion.
that was exciting and also incredibly confusing in the finale.
Yeah.
Like I remember Kristal and her father-in-law were watching me play and they were like, what the hell is going on? And I said, I don't know, but I think this is the end.
No, I think that's probably that this game gets the most amount of scrutiny for that. And to be honest, I get it. Like I'm not really upset with people who are upset about, you know, like I understand why I'm not upset about it, and I understand why people are upset about it. And it all just depends on, you know, because they've made this game specifically in response to people who have played the original, right? So they know what things are like. The fact that the original has weight means that you're going to like it or dislike it based on that. So if someone doesn't like it, I'm not going to call them toxic or say that they, you know, their opinion is, you know, they need to wait, they need to keep playing. It's like, no, I get it. Like they're playing with my emotions in a positive way because I know about the original, in the same way that they're playing with your emotions in a negative way for the same reason. Like, so I get it. Like they're choosing the route of manipulation. They know what they're doing. So I don't think that I can, you know, criticize any other fan for being upset or incensed that they're doing these things. Like, no, like they chose this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you there. I think that like I think here's the thing though. Do you think people would have been more upset if it was just a 1-to-1 remake and all you did was just get to the end of the highway and it's like, okay, that's it, we're
Not
done?
really, because this game's gorgeous and the original story is still amazing. Like, if you could just play this game, the original game, and like it would be. Who wants to go back and play the original? Like, really, it's ugly.
It
I
was
often think
jarring playing the
how do we
original.
how did we survive through 32-bit graphics, man? Like how? The 2D stuff was actually better looking in my opinion than the 3D polygonal stuff. I
Yeah,
just yeah,
I agree.
I don't know. But you know, like okay, so with Sephiroth, one of the ideas that I've seen is that the Sephiroth that we're seeing, because there are all these different versions of Sephiroth. So the idea behind him is that he can there in the original game he was actually he he would appear in like the clone bodies because these guys had Genova cells in them. Genova being the alien presence that you fight after the President Shinra gets killed
Mm-hmm.
in this one. And also after the Sephiroth clone stabs Barrett. So then you fight a creature, and the name is Genova. And Genova is an alien creature that came to the Earth in a meteor, that came to the planet in a meteor, and basically the body was left in the northern crater. Now, this is all stuff from the original game. So anyway, Shinra gets a hold of Genova's body. Hojo experiments on it and injects people with Genova's cells to make super soldiers. And that's the reason why he has Genova in his lab. And so, like, when you're fighting with Sephiroth, oftentimes you're fighting with a clone that he is controlling that has Genova's cells and that just appears as him.
Makes sense.
So now, thinking about the Sephiroth that you fought at the end of this game, the Sephiroth that we all fought at the end of this game might actually be the original Sephiroth, but he is a future Sephiroth from the Advent Children movie. This is one of the theories.
Confusion.
So, like,
confusion.
Same.
If you think about Advent Children, right? How many have you guys seen Advent
I just
Children?
watched the complete edition not too long ago. It's amazing.
Okay, so
I
that is
still
the
haven't.
so Sephiroth is in that version of the of the events in that timeline is from the future, is from 2 years after the original game is done. So this Sephiroth here knows what's going on with the timeline, much like Aerith does. He knows what's going on. He knows what his fate is going to be. So he's coming back to the past and facing Cloud now at the end of the remake.
So is there time control or time like why is there such thing as a future and past in a game where like there's no time travel?
Well, this is contingent upon the fact that like Aerith knows what's going on from the original game and that she is now in a new timeline that takes place after the original game and she's trying to fix what's went wrong.
So basically the fact that there are characters that know the future, they can change their future, meaning that like this is just an alternate timeline.
That's why at the end of the game she says we're not just changing ourselves. We're not just changing fate, we're changing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this is going into some deep theory stuff that I've seen on like Maximilian Dude's channel and like on various other people's channels where like they talk about how like this Sephiroth is future Sephiroth and the whispers that you fight are, do you remember Kadaj, Loz, and Yazoo from Advent Children?
Mm-hmm.
So the whisper bosses that you fight, like Crocio and Viridi and Rubrum, are like Kadaj, Loz, and Yazoo from Advent Children.
That's a theory, at least.
That's a theory because Kadaj uses a sword like Rubrum. Crocio uses the two guns like Yazoo. And Loz uses his fists and uses that weird like arm glove thing.
Mm.
And Viridi uses that as well, the whisper boss.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting if they use some of that Advent Children.
And in the game,
and
in the game, it says that they are creatures from the future trying to preserve their timeline.
Yeah,
this is above my pay grade.
Yeah.
You know, like, so this is how I think about it. I mean, me personally, like, I do enjoy some of these theories. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, I'm thinking about like narrative. So if they decide to go this way or that way or this way or that way, what does it do for the characters? Like up to this point, everything they've done so far has been to better these characters, to develop them, to make them more open, to push them forward, to get them into a certain spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch or play this game, and then it gets to some critical moment, and then all of a sudden something happens for the pure sake of subverting my expectations, but it does nothing for the characters. Like I don't want. Right. I really like that's what I fear the most. You know, that's what I fear the most. So like, all these theories are great, but like, if one thing or the other were to come to pass, what's more interesting to me is how does that affect the characters, in a positive way as far as like a narrative is concerned. Like
Well,
if they die, obviously it's not positive, but like how is it positive for the story?
how it affected the characters is that Sephiroth then knows what's going on. So Sephiroth offers his hand to Cloud and says, "Let us defy destiny together." And Cloud refuses. And so what that was Sephiroth knowing all of the knowledge of everything that goes on, including Advent Children, including the original game. Now Sephiroth can basically just screw with the player and screw with Cloud. Because that's what he does in the original game. He actually tricks Cloud a number of times over the course of the game. Almost makes him kill Aerith in the original game.
What?
Almost makes him kill Aerith. He messes with Cloud's head because
What if that
Cloud
happened in
has
this game?
Genova
Like,
cells.
that would be hyper tragic. That'd be super tragic.
So like, yeah, so one of the theories is that, and of course we beat, the whispers and all that. So that means that it's an unknown journey. That means that what happened in the past may not be what happens in the remake. But the thing is, it could go a number of different directions in the remake. Like it could go where Sephiroth tricks Cloud into thinking he's facing Sephiroth, but he's actually facing Aerith.
Yeah.
And kills her.
That would be crazy, dude. That would be a twist, and it would kind of stay. It would stay the same, as the original. Like that would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. And
that's not my theory. That is, to give credit where it's due, that is a theory that I've seen on another person's video, where like like my personal.
Imagine how I'd mess with a team. Like imagine how the team would take that. That would be crazy.
Yeah, like this.
Like
this Tifa
would like be like that would hurt so bad.
One person has said, I don't know if it was the same person or not, but they said that what if Cloud was the penultimate boss of the game?
Oh, he goes on a dark path.
God.
Like they could do that, or they could not do that. But I mean, it's this is why I love theorizing. And, like even back to my Mass Effect days, again, going with that comparison where like the ending was disappointing to a lot of people. So everybody tried to theorize and come up with their own ending. But like, to me, it's like they're pointing us in such a direction where it's like, okay, this game could go anywhere, but it could also just be that maybe things happen in the same way, except that when it comes to saving Aerith, like she tells the party, and you think, okay, I can save her. Cloud thinks he can save her. Everybody thinks that they can save her. They do things differently, but somehow end up in a position, where she dies, and there's nothing that you can do about it, even though you think that you saved her. Mm-hmm. But she still dies because ultimately, at the end of the original game, she has to die in order to enact Holy, which counteracts Sephiroth's big plan of bringing the meteor down and crashing into the planet.
Kind of like
so
Barbara
she has
Gordon
to die.
In that one issue of Booster Gold where Booster's trying to prevent Barbara's death or Barbara's crippling from the Joker, and he just Rip Hunter just tells him like, look, it's a fixed point in history. This has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm a big fan of comics too, So I'm familiar with. Well, I wasn't familiar with that particular thing, but I know a little about Booster Gold's exploits and how he has a penchant for messing things up.
Yeah, he sure does. But I don't know, you guys. I mean, like I think that they're ultimately saying that it's going to follow along the same trajectory as the original game did, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. But I just think that if I don't want Aerith to die, and I don't want Tifa to die.
Well, ultimately, like for me, like I mentioned before, I'm here for maximum drama. So whatever, like if they change it, it's fine as long as they absolutely maximize the drama. As far as characters dying, like ultimately, like I don't mind. Like it's a game where like if I don't know, I don't mind. Like it's not. I want to be invested to where I feel it. Like I don't want like I want to not want a bad thing to happen to a character I like because I'm invested, but I want whatever to happen to make me feel like this kind of cathartic, very emotional thing. I want that feeling. So it's kind of like a mixture of both, you know?
I know that if they were to kill Aerithov now, I would be sobbing in a corner. You would not be having me on a podcast for like a week.
Would you be ready for Aerith to die, Kristal?
No.
Would you be ready if Tifa died? What about if Jesse was really dead?
Oh, great.
Right. That's funny.
I don't want them to tease me like that.
I want Jesse back.
Me too.
I want them all back. Why can't we have them all?
We have Wedge, you know?
Yeah, that's enough.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I actually really like the fact they kept Wedge because it's like, it's, you know, I don't know, like it's more powerful that he was the only one left, you know? Like, that's why I think, I don't like when people change things. Like it gets under my, I could talk about this again, but it just really gets under my skin. Like, you know, it was powerful. He was the only one left, you know, like it was powerful. Like leave it be that way. It's like Superman, you know, getting sent to Earth. And oh, by the way, there's like crypto, and then there's the Kandor, city of Kandor. Like, listen, like he's not the last, you know, he's not the last son of Krypton. He's not.
Yeah, call him that. Yeah.
You know, or you have the Bat family. Like, listen, I like the Bat family, but ultimately I think that the strongest stories, in my opinion, are when Batman is truly a loner. Like, I like that. You know, you have the Flash family, and you have like every superhero has to have a family. Shazam family. Like, it's powerful when you're unique.
Yeah.
I went on a tangent.
That's why I'm a Blue Beetle boy, but that's just me.
I love the Bat family too. I mean, my favorite character in comics is a member of the Bat family, but it's
Cassandra Cain is the best Bat family. I love Cassandra Cain so much.
I love Cassandra Cain. They messed her up. They messed her up so much, though.
Yeah.
But I also love Stephanie Brown. Am I the only person? Am I the only person who loves Stephanie Brown as well? Like, I love their relationship.
Didn't they do a Deus Ex Nomura on her though?
They have.
Yeah, they did. Like, they totally killed it, and they completely undid it. Like, I'm like, come on.
I was glad that they did that though, because like seriously, her death was stupid. That was a dumb freaking plot line. So dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, don't get me started on war games. That's a whole nother topic, man. But I mean, like, yeah, okay. Anyway, so before we close this out, I do want to say, like, okay, do you guys have any specific theories on your own? Or actually, one more question for you. Do you guys know who Zack is?
Yeah, from reading a little bit of auxiliary information online and whatnot, I know he's basically like the actual Cloud, who basically kind of lent the Cloud that we know.
Wait, what?
Well, what? Do you not want me to say, or?
Zack is he was a soldier when Cloud was an infantryman in the Shinra security forces, and Zack died. To make a long story short, Cloud basically Cloud and Zack were experimented on. They were injected with Genova cells, and they got out. They were Zack was a stronger guy than Cloud at the time. He was more well trained because he was a soldier. And he basically saved Cloud's life. And to do so, he faced off against Shinra soldiers and died. But before he died, he gave Cloud his sword, which is the Buster Sword. This is the guy with the black hair at the end of the game that you see. And he's supposed to have died when he fought the soldiers, and he gave Cloud his Buster Sword, and he told Cloud, "You are going to be my living legacy. And you will act basically on my behalf," is what he told Cloud.
Yeah.
And so Cloud then like takes his personality and sort of like becomes who Zack was, in a sense. So Cloud has like an identity crisis.
What I'm hoping with all that is because like, listen, like, don't bring Uncle Ben back. Like, stop. Like, don't do it. You know, power. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, just leave it. Like, but what I'm thinking, if they're gonna do this, I'm actually more certain what they're gonna do is they're gonna have like an arc where they go to like this B timeline where everything, you know, everyone's back and like, you know, things are, but then they realize that like there's a much bigger problem on the horizon. And that they really can't escape their problem. So what they do is they go back to a timeline and they resolve themselves to try to change their destiny, you know, where they're from. You know, I'd really like something like that. That way they get a taste of like this paradisaical kind of reality, but then they realize like, you know, I'm not from here. I still have memories from my original timeline. And that would be a really great you know, kind of like ethical dilemma. Like, you know, these aren't my people, these are my family. This isn't me. I don't really belong here. And then you can go back to the original timeline where everyone, you know, is dead and life sucks.
A couple of theories that I've seen about Zack's reappearance is that one is that maybe, you know, we'll have playable Zack, and maybe we might see the if there's a B timeline, we might see certain events from his perspective. And also, there's another thing which says that maybe Aerith's death is the focal point that merges the two timelines where they converge. And then Cloud and Zack meet. And Cloud is like, you're supposed to be dead, you know? And then they go off and face Sephiroth together, and that's the only way they can defeat him.
That'll be really
and
interesting.
Zack dies. Yeah, and then Zack dies after that. Like he gives himself
like
to kill
Sephiroth kills Zack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, like there's so many. This is completely blank slate. You can literally make any headcanon you want. Like you can literally do it. Like I can make my own story, and it could be pretty good.
It's gonna be like so absolutely surreal when they pick this up right where it leaves off in the next generation of consoles, and it is gonna be absolutely mind blowing no matter what. Like I'll say this right now. When the next installment in this little series comes out, I think you'll understand, Kristal. I'm buying this. Like, I need to see what happens next now.
Yeah.
I'm invested. Are you invested?
I'm invested.
Are you ready to see what happens in the adventures of...
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Kristal, the planet's dying. We gotta do our part and play video games.
Hell yeah. Eco-terrorist
Well,
times.
okay, there you go. I mean, I think that, yeah, I think that was a good spoiler discussion, guys.
That was incredible. The nerddom here is strong.
Yes.
Only on Renegade Arcade can you expect discussions of Star Wars, Booster Gold, Ernest Klein, and
Spider-Man, like everything.
The debacle that was Batman War Games.
Jesse and Aerith.
Star Wars.
And Cloud all at the same time.
And Cloud and Zack, which I'll say this, the only thing I will be upset about in the next game is if Zack starts creating like a love decahedron.
he starts pulling Cloud's harem away from him. Like he's a better version of Cloud. He's even better than Cloud. Like, oh, you know what? Like Cloud's not that great.
And, you know, Cloud and Zack have a thing, and then Zack and Aerith and Tifa and Cloud, but Tifa and Aerith, and then you have Barrett going after Cloud, and you have all these things, and Jesse comes in.
Oh, goodness.
All the while, Wedge is going after Red 13.
He's after food. Gotta fill the tank. My tank is running on empty.
Oh, Wedge. So like on the slide where Aerith and Cloud are, and then she says that your eyes are like the first guy that I ever loved. Remember, she says that.
So you mean the slide into Aerith's DMs?
No.
Oh my god.
The slide. No. I mean, I would. Who am I kidding? I would, but no. No, when they're talking on the slide in the
I know. I'm
scenes,
just
Yes,
yeah.
But I'm trying to get to a point here. So, like where Aerith tells Cloud that he reminds her of someone that she once loved, and then he's like, "What's his name?" And she actually says his name, and his name is Zach.
Mm.
So, like for Josh and Kristal,
So
that's where Aerith
Cloud
and
is the
Zach were actually
fallback.
a thing. Well, she loves him too. I mean, that's the thing.
Damn, we're the rebound.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why it's going to be Cloud and Tifa. As much as I'm a Cloud and Aerith guy now, but it's going to be Cloud and Tifa.
I'm cool either way.
I don't know.
I'm not.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tragedy either way. Like it's not gonna be good times. Like these people are gonna be they're gonna be broken people. Forever.
I'm gonna be one of them. Advent Children made me cry. Advent Children made me cry at the end, and I was like, I mean, it made me tear up at the end, and I was like, this has never affected me like this before. So yeah, oh god, it's gonna suck no matter what, and that's good because that means they're doing the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to be broken.
I'm already broken. I want to be more
broken.
That's
Oh
why. That's
The
right.
cheap hand massage.
Madam M.
Specifically the cheap one.
Yeah, you guys have to watch that. Watch the cheap hand massage. It's pretty great. All right, guys. Well, I think we've done it.
We did a lot.
Oh man, we have.
Perfect.
There you go. All right. So, Mike, where can people find you online?
They call me Millenial Mike. On Twitter, you can find me at Velcro16. That's VELKRO16. That's VELKRO16. That's Velcro spelled wrong with a K. My podcast is the Exiles Network. On Twitter, it's at the Exiles Net. We're on YouTube at the Film Exiles. You can email us at thefilmexiles@gmail.com. You can find us in any podcatcher that you have at the film or at the Exiles Network. So we talk about movies, games, anime, pretty much all the kind of entertainment you come to love and enjoy.
Awesome. And Kristal, let's go with you first.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, and as much as I hate it, Josh insists that I plug this. You can find me in Twitter and TikTok under simply_ragu816, and you can also find me on Facebook under my name, Kristal Gillum, and on the Renegade Pop Culture group.
All right, Josh.
For me, you can find me at JoshBoy64 on YouTube.com. And please go to my Patreon. It is JoshBoy64 also. You can find it on my YouTube account in any video. I'm about to go into a huge thing on Ready Player One really soon. Please donate something. I had to suffer through the book before I could even talk about the movie. The book's the worst thing I've ever read. Oh my god. Please, if you donate to my Patreon, I will start doing audiobook chapters of the book. I'll fight Will Wheaton. I don't care. And you can also find me on Twitter at JSH Lozano, and you can find me on the Renegade.
You'll give all your fans luxury hand massages?
Yes.
That's the $5 tier, right?
that would be the $50 tier, I think.
And you can find me
for the luxury.
You can find me on the Renegade Pop Culture group at Joshua Lozano. I got a pretty nice picture of me, courtesy of Kristal. Please, once again, donate to my Patreon. I will $50. I will do your shout out, and I will give you a hand massage.
Hell yeah.
50 gil, guys. 50 gil. All right. So, and Josh, I want to know, like, when you do those chapter reads, are you gonna like make funny voices and stuff?
No, I'm going to play it completely straight. I'm going to be as sincere as I can. And Keona, you have read me ranting about it, so you will see just how much I will be containing my rage, especially the atheism scree and the masturbation scree.
Well,
I wish I was
hey,
making this up. By the way,
this is
Ernest
why.
Klein, I have nothing against you. If you're listening to this, I actually really admire the fact that you were able to shoot your shot and make your dream come true. And if need be, I would love to be able to adapt Armada into a screenplay and a film. But I have a lot of flaws with your novels.
I'm sure he'll be open to that.
I hope so.
Yes, I hope so too. Because that would be entertaining as hell, man.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, guys, this has been episode 3 of the Renegade Arcade. This has been our Final Fantasy VII Remake special, and we have, I think, 2 more people that are going to be talking about the game in future episodes of Renegade Arcade. I know you guys are probably getting sick of it but you know, it's my show, and I love that game.
This will be the best one, though, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's my game of the year. Come on. Anyway, so you guys can find me on Twitter at Keona Tang. That's KeonaTang. And you can also find me on Facebook under that name, and also on the Renegade Pop Culture group. And I'm getting tired, so we're just going to end it right here. Anyway, all right, guys. So until next time, peace out.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.